a duo. Step back into a duo.
What was you joining like 2 minutes ago going, I got it, and then leaving?
Well, it was just technical problems.
It looked like you were like running.
No, that wasn't even me.
I'm 100% sure it was you. The Backwards Hat Boys.
What up, playa?
What a movie.
Did you watch it all in one sitting?
Yeah, I sure did.
Just now?
From 10 to 2.
That's pretty cool. You don't hate it?
10 to 2:30. I ate in the middle there too.
The intermission. It's tough to freaking. You can't put your phone on. You can't.
No.
You got to be into it.
When it's all in Chinese, you gotta be focused. I would look over for a second. I'd be like looking down to try and like redo a typo or something. I'd be like,
I have to rewind.
I missed the whole storyline. I missed 3 murders. I was like, what?
The biggest part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
How are we gonna start this bitch?
I don't know.
We could just. It could be like we could be a news team, and you could be the anchor, and then you kick it to me for the weather, and at the end I say, "Got a brighter summer day" or something coming in.
Yeah, that could be good.
You could sing Elvis.
Wise men.
No, you got to do it in the kid's octave.
Bye. Wise
I loved him.
That could be pretty good. I would be down with the news thing, and then kick it to the weather, and you'll take it away.
Sure. What are we doing next week?
We're doing Tammy and the T-Rex, probably with Regan.
Seth's sister.
Yes. And then, depending on the next week, our last episode of the season.
Depending.
Good one. Might get a little. Might have to play it by ear.
Why is that?
We are most likely scheduling a C-section for Marina because the baby's still 100% breech, and she's got this anterior placenta, so they can't rotate her. So the safest thing is a C-section.
Yeah.
But they like to plan that a week before the baby is due. So that would be on the 19th or 20th, which is when our last episode we'd be recording. So
I mean, yeah, you obviously I can do it 1 week or whatever. Me and Seth or whatever can handle it.
Or if we did it earlier, like if we didn't do it on a Sunday and we did it on a Friday. But that one is bobbleheads.
Oh, good. A long time suggestion.
Yeah. And then the bracket.
I'm ready. For this expansive piece of art.
Fucking Christ. Where'd you watch it? Did you do it on Prime or?
No, there's a full 1080p on YouTube that was ripped from the Criterion.
Oh, really?
Beautiful.
Nice. I'm coming up with something real quick. Okay.
Big Pimp. Are you doing Jordy's Fantasy Football League?
Jordy's?
Yeah, we got that text, I think.
That's Seth's league.
Is that the same thing?
It's got Jordy in it, yeah.
Seth's the commish?
Yeah. It's got Jordy and Darren and Connor and
did Seth send one of those texts? I don't think I have it.
Tyler.
I'm friends with. I don't have his contact information.
With Seth?
I don't think so.
He texted in that group just moments ago, and he said, "Of course we are," or whatever.
Oh, that's Seth. Okay.
That's Seth. The first one was Darren. That you like.
I don't care for Darren.
Damn.
No joking. Darren's fine. Seth, big dog. Okay, I'm ready.
You got him in?
Wait. Yeah, I gotta plug my mic in. I didn't take any notes or have any quotes, so.
Oh, okay. I've got 9 quotes, I think.
We're going goofy style. I thought about it, but I was invested in other means. Audio check. Beautiful. Right? Summer. Okay. You want to be the newscaster or the...
Yeah, I'll be the newscaster.
Okay.
Audio test. Yeah, that looks good.
So maybe, how about you kick it to me for something else, you to sports, and then me to weather. We'll each have a couple roles.
So I'll be anchor, you'll be co-anchor.
You'll be anchor, I'll be man on the street, you'll be sports, and then I'll be weather.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds good to me. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, I'm gonna get so I don't have to plug it in post like a
Idiot.
Like a music.
Ooh, good call. Should be easier on the Skype this week.
Yeah, hopefully. Classic news intro music. Does this sound good? This is an ad for Grubhub. Don't worry, this is an ad for Grubhub.
Like it's the news from Love in Paradise. Yeah, that sounds fine.
Okay. We'll turn that up just a little bit.
The classic duo.
Okay. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, play.
News with the news team.
Your anchor, Chet Chuckles. Your weatherman, Barry Zest. And your man in the streets, we got what's his name? Barry the Broadcaster.
Barry the Broadcaster.
I'm Chet Chuckles, and this week we had some crazy news. A woman died in the streets, but that's pretty classic. We'll get there later. Woman, we're sorry for your loss and any family that you have. Bigger news: a man in baseball got punched out, so we're gonna go over to the baseball stadium for Barry the Broadcaster.
Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Chuckles. I'm here live at the stadium. I didn't see what happened. I didn't really catch what was going on. I guess someone had a gun and people started running. That's the reports that I'm hearing down here at the stadium. Someone said fight. I can't confirm or deny those reports either. It looks like a pretty bad neighborhood.
It sounds like I'm just getting news that the person that yelled fight was our sportscaster, Quippo Quill. Let's go to Quippo. He's in the stadium with you.
Quippo.
Hey, I'm Quippo. I yelled fight. It sounded like a good time, and somebody pulled out a gun. I don't know.
Wow. Thanks, Quippo. Confirm my reports. Yeah.
And we've got some breaking weather news today. Going over to Misty Jest with the news. Misty Jest.
Hello. It's me.
Go. Anything, Misty? What are you reporting on?
Weather.
And what's the weather like today?
It's nice, actually. It's the birds are chirping. It's green out. It's It's the middle of August now. Breaking news. It's pretty nice out. It's a brighter
Wonderful.
summer day.
Wow. Well, that is actually absolutely breaking because we're actually in the middle of a hurricane right now. So I'm glad that we've got a brighter summer day going.
Look to be saved.
From all lives look to be saved except for the woman that died in the street. But from Quippo Quill, Barry the Broadcaster, Misty Jest, and my name. I can't remember my name. Chet Chuckles. We'll see you next week. What the fuck was that fucking broadcast?
What the hell?
What do we mess up? Are we still live? Live?
What state are we broadcasting to?
I didn't think that was a bad intro at all.
we kept it pretty. Yeah, we didn't diverge a whole lot like we normally do. Kelly Clarkson didn't come up. Yeah, we didn't.
God, she should have come
up.
up.
To the script.
We should have been at Taylor Swift's Eras tour.
That'd be hype. A lot of people I know have been going.
I know, so many of mine too. I told Marina I want to, if she wasn't 36 weeks pregnant, at the time this is coming out, 38 weeks pregnant, I was planning on maybe trying to buy her some tickets, but
yeah,
too far into the third trimester.
No, go see Butthole Surfers instead. They're touring, I think.
Ooh, where's the closest place to Billings that they're gonna be?
Oaxaca, Mexico.
Great, yeah, that's an easy trip.
It's a Central and South American tour.
That's great to go see the Butthole Surfers. All right, we got a podcast to do. I'm
just two of us. So I'm Lukas.
I'm Chet Chuckles, Brandon, and Quippo Quill, Brandon.
And I'm Misty Jess and sports
Barry the reporter.
Barry the reporter.
Barry the broadcaster.
He's the man on the street, yeah.
Yeah. And it's just us two. Seth's a busy boy, and so we lost him. Devon wanted to go fishing with someone.
His date?
No.
Is it a woman?
No, I don't even know if he went fishing. I just saw a thing like 6 hours ago. It was like, who wants to go fishing? And then that was it. It was just on social media. Could have, yeah. But we've got a big episode here today. Girthy.
A expansive episode.
Birthy.
It is birthy. How come I didn't do birth?
I don't know.
On my birthday.
I know, that would have been perfect. It's a birthday episode for Lukas. Woo! What did you last? Oh, The Gods Must Be Crazy. You picked two wild films for your birthday episodes.
I like to spice it up here. It's the one time of the year I get to be in charge of the curriculum. So I think a harsh divergence is always a good thing.
Yeah.
A splash of cold water.
I've got some questions for you.
Me?
First question. For you.
And the audience.
First question.
Sing along. I know.
Yeah. Yes, sing. First question is... They probably nailed that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like Eastern Asian cinema?
I do. Actually, quite a bit.
Favorite piece of Eastern Asian cinema?
Of all the movies I've seen there, I've got a couple I've given 5 stars over there. I've Rashomon as a 5-star movie. I think I've given Joint Security Area. I think I've given Decision to Leave, both Korean movies there. I saw Uncle Boon Me recently. That was close. That's Indonesia.
You finally watched Uncle Boon Me.
That's pretty fucking good movie right there.
Yeah.
Boon Me.
Don't forget about Parasite.
Parasite is,
Old Boy.
Old Boy as well. 2 of the more famous ones. I think Kurosawa's got a big hold in Japan. We've seen a Chinese movie on here as well, which is like controversially close to the Taiwanese scene.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love a lot of Ang Lee movies. Yeah, Eastern Asian cinema. It's a world to dive into. Pretty advanced.
My other question is, do you like long movies?
I do. I'm one of the few maybe that do. We always try and tell movies to pare it down, but usually that's because they're fucking fighting swords and they're saving teenage girls and shit.
How would a human fight a sword? Seems like
Head
you're gonna lose
first.
that battle. Head first with the flamethrower.
Mm-hmm.
That's
With
how
your
you win it.
head.
Well, if you like Eastern Asian cinema or you like really long films, you've come to the right
This
place.
is a good
This is
intersection
the
for
bad.
those.
This is the good, the bad, and the intersection
Intersection.
for those.
Honk honk.
And this week we watched A Brighter Summer Day from 1991. And reasoning why you picked this film.
I think it was born out of some frustration earlier of watching Red Notice and stuff like that over and over. And so for my birthday episode, it was kind of meant to be a punishment of sorts, a little bit. I picked one of the longest movies on my watch list, and said, "This looks crazy." Here we go.
And how long is this movie?
What did it run it for you? 3 hours 56 minutes for me. 3 hours 57 minutes.
3 hours 56 minutes and 38 seconds.
Big ass movie, and it's
and
not.
You think on something like that long, you'd be like, oh, there's going to be like 15 minutes worth of credits. It's actually only 3:40. No, there was 2 minutes worth of credits.
It goes way up into it.
It goes 3:56. You're like, okay, great.
Is this the longest movie you've ever seen?
This is the longest movie I've ever seen.
That's pretty wild. I want to see. Let me look at my letterbox here and see what it'd be. I know I've seen a lot of Showa. I haven't seen all of it, but that's 9 hours long.
Do you know what the other title of this film is?
I saw it somewhere, but please enlighten me.
This is like a lot. You're like, oh, A Brighter Summer Day, but then like the original working title is Youth Homicide Incident on Guling Street, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
That's a good title.
Yeah.
So it looks like here it is technically the 12th longest movie I've ever seen.
What?
Which is crazy. A lot of them are kind of miniseries, though. I've seen 2 very long documentaries, Baseball and the Civil War, both Ken Burns ones. Those are fucking ancient and long. Showa, the Planet Earth movies, 1 and 2, but those are like TV series, really.
Yeah.
The Last Dance and OJ Made in America technically qualify as movies. I would say OJ counts, but The Last Dance is probably a series.
Oh, the OJ Made in America
documentary.
The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan one.
Yeah, I would say the OJ one's more of a movie. And then the only other 2 here is Lonesome Dove, which is a mini series, and then Hamlet. Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet, which actually is a full-length movie, and I've seen the whole thing, and that's 5 minutes longer than Brighter Summer Day.
So it really is, if you're not counting like miniseries or TV thing, there's like 1 or 2 in there.
That and Showa, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think this is for sure my longest. I mean, there's a lot of like those really popular long ones like Pearl Harbor and Titanic and that kind of shit. Almost every Martin Scorsese one.
He's got an hour on those.
I know. But that's what we got today. And before we get into it, we're not drinking beers. I'm drinking Dr. Pepper cream soda, 0 sugar.
For solidarity purposes?
Yeah, we had to for your birthday. I've never had Dr. Pepper cream soda before.
Ooh, or zero sugar
ones. And it is just delightful.
Cheers. Yeah, it's light. It's got that creamy flavor. It's a good, Dr. Pepper.
Good.
How does he do it?
Peppers. I don't know. And then I've also got a strawberry lemonade that I'm still sipping on from Wendy's and some water.
I got some water running around here too. And a cat.
Beautiful. My dogs are nowhere near right now. Probably for the best. So you ready to get into this?
I'm diving in.
Okay. Edward Yang is our director today.
Wow, what a name.
And he's done things like Duckweed. He did That Day on the Beach. He did Taipei Story.
Heard that
The Terrorizers.
Cool.
Mahjong.
Cool.
Dooley She Die.
Good name.
And probably his most popular one of all of these, Yi Yi, a 1 and a 2.
Yi Yi. There's a sequel to Yi Yi? Yi Yi 2?
No, it's like the full title is Yi Yi : a 1 and a 2 ...
Oh, like they're doing a song.
Yeah. Yee,
Yeah.
you.
I know that Taipei story is long, and that his first movie, the beach one, is really long too. He's just a big director guy.
He just likes long
He
shit.
makes them long.
And then
Eddie
writers, you
Yang.
got Eddie Yang. You got first writers Hung Hung.
Good name.
He did Du Li Shi Dai. Fuck me. These are gonna be the worst pronunciations. He did Renjian Ki Ju, and
Yep.
he did, oh my god, Chuan King Ren.
Okay. Pretty famous, I bet.
There's actually 3 writers on this too. The next one is Ming Tang Lai. He hasn't done nothing else besides this. Only
What's his
writer.
name?
Ming Tang Lai. Lai. And this is like the
Interesting.
only thing.
Okay.
And then the last one is Alex Yang. He's done things Kubanji, Taipei 21. He did My Fair Laddie,
Any
Mr.
relation?
Bedman, and Love in Vain. I don't know.
How do you
Quite a
spell
common last name.
Ming Liang Sai? Is that his name?
Ming Tang.
Oh, Ming
Ming.
Tang. Okay. There's another
Tang.
Taiwanese director named Tsai Ming Liang. Very
No.
close. Which is like an interesting point because Edward Yang is kind of the big swinging dick of the Taiwanese cinema
Yeah.
movement. He was the new Taiwan, whatever. He's kind of their big deal, and this is kind of a guy Ang Lee looks up to. He was one of his patriarchs of his country cinema, being in
Correct.
Taiwanese cinema. It's got a pretty bristling cinema scene for such a small country.
And then a cast. You got Chen Chang, you got Lisa Yang, you got Kuo Chu Chang, you got Elaine Jin.
Keep going.
You got Chuan Wang, you got Han Chang, you got Sui Chung Chang, you got Stephanie Lai.
Don't know a lot of them personally.
Nobody's gonna know.
I think
anybody.
Chang Chen might be in other movies.
Yeah.
I'm sure they all are.
Lisa Yang, who played Ming, has no other things on her IMDb.
Interesting.
Either.
That's kind of spooky. Did she
die?
No,
there was one other thing that she acted in, but that was it. One
Did she
other
die?
Thing. I don't know. I couldn't see when she was born.
Chang Chen was in a bunch of stuff. He was in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Mm-hmm. He was in Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas. He was in other movies as well.
Nice.
Dune.
Other movies.
Oh, he was Yue in Dune. That's cool. He was a doctor.
New Dune or older Dune?
New Dune.
Nice.
Yue.
And then a plot for you. Based on a true story, primarily on a conflict between 2 youth gangs. A 14-year-old boy's girlfriend conflicts with the head of one gang for an unclear reason. Ultimately, until finally the conflict comes to a violent climax.
Yeah, with a lot else going on.
So much
behind it too.
So much going on.
It's a whole world behind them. Yeah. But
where did you hear about this?
I think I heard about Edward Yang. He's just through some podcasts and films forums and stuff I'm on. He's got a couple movies, this and Yi, I believe. It might be one of your fun facts that have landed on the Sight and Sound top 250 list as well.
Yep.
So that's like, for people who don't know, the list that's just a director's list, or there's just a critics list, so that only established critics or directors who've made movies can vote on it. And so it's everyone voted this guy as one of the guys to look for. I'm like, oh shit, haven't really heard of him. Taiwanese movies seem interesting. Fucking 4 hours long. Let's get into it.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah, you did take one of them. The Sight and Sound list far differs from the IMDb top 250 because, like you said, it's not people that, and I mean, IMDb is full of people that are wise about movies, but it's also full of people that are there to rant about movies and put their own ratings.
Yes, the whole spectrum is there. This
Yeah.
Sight and Sound is more art housey and more like influential because a lot of directors are like, these are the movies that I watched that made me want to be a director or showed me how to in some way. Versus a guy being like, fuck, Kate Winslet's boobs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is both camps I'm in.
And then some history on this film. So, like I said, A Brighter Summer Day, a 1991 Taiwanese epic teen crime drama film set in the early 1960s in Taipei. The film is based on a real incident that the director remembers from his school days when he was 13.
Jeez.
The original Chinese title, I said, translates literally as the homicide incident of the youth on Guling Street, referring to a 14-year-old son of a civil servant who murders his girlfriend, who is involved with a teenage gang leader for unclear reasons. The film places the murder incident in the context of the political environment in Taiwan at that time, when millions of mainland Chinese fled to Taiwan with the national government after its Civil War defeat by the Chinese Communist Party in 1949. This film was selected as the Taiwanese entry for Best Foreign Language Film at the 64th Academy Awards, but was not nominated. A Brighter Summer Day was ranked as 78th in the 2022 Sight and Sound Greatest Films of All Time poll, one of 4 Chinese language films to be included, and above Yang's other film, Yi Yi. Also ranked number 38 on the non-English speaking films in the critics poll conducted by BBC in 2018. So, critics love it.
Yeah. Couple things there. I think the thing about the Taiwanese history is interesting because I had no clue about. I have little to no clue about a whole lot of history over there, so I didn't know that Taiwanese was largely had a community of people who had fled China. Like these were like the sort of non-communists that were expelled after.
The Nationalist Party.
Some interesting dynamics, yeah, for sure. And then something else I was going to say. What was in the second half of your fact history?
The
right after
Best
that
Foreign Language Film at the Academy Awards.
Oh yeah, the other thing was
nominated.
There's some controversy. This might be one of your facts too. It wasn't selected to play at Cannes because they said it was too long. He said we can't do it. That's where it's supposed to debut, and he said, "What the fuck? This is like a perfect Cannes movie." They said too long.
Interesting. Not one of my facts.
Shrek 2 could get in, but not Brighter Summer Day.
What could?
Shrek 2.
Shrek 2 is great.
Is it as much of an achievement as probably? You're right.
Shrek was groundbreaking. First ever Best Animated Film winner. It's pretty
sure. You know what the best first ever Best Picture winner was?
Wings?
You're right. Damn, I didn't know that.
In 1928?
27, good job.
27, yeah. Wings.
Fuck. We should do trivia again.
I don't know like anything after Wings up until like 39, 40. Like that whole... I do know there's All Quiet on the Western Front somewhere in the 30s.
Gone with the Wind in there?
Gone with the Wind is 39 or 40 or something.
Is it a winner? I know Citizen Kane did not win.
Citizen Kane did not. Casablanca is in the early 40s.
In the 40s.
And there you go. The Wizard of Oz was nominated but didn't win, I think. That was the same year as Gone with the Wind. Not a classic at all. But yeah, I totally agree. I didn't know anything really about the Taiwan history with China either, so it kind of opened my eyes.
It made me look at a Wikipedia page. Yeah.
Also crazy that this was like happened around the director. Like he was like,
"Oh yeah, shit.
Remember when that guy was murdered in the street?"
Is he still with us, the director? I don't believe so.
I don't know.
He has died. He died in 2007. That's sad.
Dang. All right. So that is our history, which means we can get into a budget time. We can get into a budget. Oh my God! Don't make that noise.
Sorry, I was excited.
I don't have shit for budget or anything. I do have a worldwide though.
You don't have a budget or anything?
No.
That's interesting. Let's talk a little bit about because I would guess these movies I think would be heavily funded by the government.
Probably.
in some way, like some sort of national film board. This seems like it fucking cost a lot of money. I don't think it was cheap, unless you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like this wasn't a shoestring budget. This looked fucking great and was incredibly blocked. I read that there was over 100 speaking roles in this movie too.
Mm-hmm.
Like this has to, I don't know. I bet it would cost back then 15 million, 20 million. 10 to 15. There's some shit going on. I mean, not great effects, but it looked good. Maybe he's just a master director.
Maybe it costs less too, though, if it's all done in Taiwan.
Probably.
It's not heavy on any effects or anything like that. It's just camera work. It's length. It's a lot of people.
Film quality. Yeah. 10 to 15, 15, 20. I bet somewhere in there.
I was going to say maybe 10 million. And it didn't come to the US and Canada or anything like that.
So interesting. Worldwide, I bet it made, I don't know, some Taiwanese money. I bet it made $1.5 million.
The number that I found, and this could totally be wrong. This is the only thing I found. It was actually on IMDb, so it might be right. But it was $77,430.
Yeah.
Hard to buy in for a ticket to go see a 4-hour film in the movie.
I think so. About like a country's history you don't know if you're not Taiwanese.
Yeah, for sure. So I bet it lost a lot.
I don't know. I don't know if a ton of people have ever seen this. So in my letterbox of my 140 people I follow, I think only 7 have seen it.
Only 7, huh?
Yeah, 4 of them critics. So
I was just thinking when you said that it wasn't able to go at Cannes, and then you were talking about Shrek 2. I thought about how The Fifth Element was the opener at the Cannes Film Festival in '98.
Got some goofy ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
This year it was Killers of the Flower Moon, but it's not in competition. They just screened it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Same with
Killers of the Flower Moon. That's the Scorsese DiCaprio one?
Yep, De Niro, Lily Gladstone.
Nice.
My gal.
They just really wanted to see Saving Private Ryan, but they played The Fifth Element instead.
Boo.
So yeah, 77,430. Not a lot there. I also don't have any taglines. There might be one on the poster, but I can't read it. So
I think those are names. Yeah, I don't know.
It very well could be. So let's talk about the poster then.
Okay, we haven't done this in a while. I love it. Brighter summer.
There's
day.
2 of them.
Okay, let's hit me with the first one. There's classic.
One that is just a face of Tir and Ming.
Oh, I see it. With some writing around it.
Symbol. Yeah, it looks like historical photos. And then the other one is a scene from the movie of Sir and Ming sitting by a tree with just the most gorgeous light behind it.
And a little bit of a bike there, yeah.
Yeah.
Both of them give, I mean, that one gives very positive vibes.
This gives a brighter summer day vibes. The other one gives youth homicide in the streets.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting contrast.
They both play off on what their title is. And
could be.
When you're like, we're doing a brighter summer day, and I looked it up and I hadn't known anything about the film, I saw the pictures like, oh, this looks like it could be nice and like
nice, yeah, light
and
little romance, teen romance.
Such a dark film, like literally and thematically.
I mean, yeah, and I mean, it's 4 hours. It has it all. There's levity in there, but there's some incredible doom.
What was your favorite hour of the film? Hour 1, 2, 3, or 4?
That's a good question. Maybe hour 2. It's got to be hour 1 or 2 for me. I think the second half may be better, but I liked all the sort of West Side Storyness of hours 1 and 2.
It is complete. Yeah, it was totally West Side Story, Romeo and Juliet. Hour 1 is not it for me because I was sitting there like, who are these people?
Who's on which side? Yeah.
They're all dressed exactly the same. I was like, I don't know.
They're dressed impeccably, but they are dressed the same.
Yeah.
I thought they were distinguished from the shirts they were wearing, like the white t-shirts but then they all switched it up.
But then there's Tiger. Who is he? Was he just a schoolboy? Who was Astronaut?
Yeah, I thought Astral Kid, whatever.
They all had weird names too, and I was like, wait, so
That's
Sir
life.
is Zhang, and then there's Honey,
I think the other piece of media that compared it to it had a lot of those elements of weird nicknames and stuff was The Outsiders. I don't know if you've ever read or seen that Francis Ford Coppola movie, but there's like 2-Bit and Pony Boy and stuff like that.
Dally, Dairy,
Soda Pop.
Soda Pop.
Yeah. It's that's the other, I think, big sort of comparison point I could grab onto.
Yeah.
It's like this and Rumble Feature combined.
So I have no taglines. Do you have a tagline of your own at all? Like, what could I even... I feel bad, like, making a weird pun and tacking it onto this, like...
Yeah.
True story murder thing, art.
Yeah, it's got to be something about the length. We've talked so much about that. In for a good time and a long time.
It's... I don't know. I was going to say it's not about the length. It's about the... It's... Length doesn't matter, folks.
Yeah, sometimes longer is better. Surprise.
Yeah, that's where you get you. You're like, oh yeah, length doesn't matter. But this one's 4 hours, which is similar to a 10-inch cock. So
yeah, you're right. Sometimes that's too much.
But you like long movies.
Yeah, if you prepare ahead of time, it'll be a great experience.
You like big cocks.
You don't get. Oh, sure. Whoa, that's what we're talking about.
That's what I was getting to, was the clear correlation between length of movie and penis size,
and what you loving both. Yeah.
So that's pretty good. So we can get into some facts. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've got 8 facts. What are we gonna call these?
8 facts. A brighter summer facts. It could be
obviously.
I don't even remember their gangs. The 217 facts. What was the other gang?
The trailer park facts. No.
What?
The little trailer facts.
Little park boys.
Little park boys.
Yeah, I could do the little fact boys.
The little park facts. The 217 facts.
I like little fact boys.
Little fact
Each
boys.
boy can have a fact.
I was trying. There was one other one that came to my mind. Was it based off one of their names?
Oh, what was the horse cart for him? There's a character named Horse Cart?
Oh, there is a character named Horse Cart. Who the fuck was that? I don't know who Horse Cart was.
Yeah, we could be Horse Facts.
Uncle Facts?
Uncle Facts, that's pretty close. Uncle Facts is good.
Should we do it's your birthday. We're gonna do Little Fact Boys or Uncle Facts?
Little Fact Boys.
Little Fact Boys. Some Little Fact Boy. 2 Little Fact Boys giving you some Little Fact Boys.
8 of them.
8 boys. All up in you. All right. First and foremost, there were 3 different versions of this film edited. The original being 237 minutes. A second one being shortened to 3 hours, 180 minutes. And a third shorter one shortened to 127 minutes. So 2 hours
are a little more
7.
bite-sized. I'm glad we did the big one.
It was funny because when I was like 2 hours in and there was still like 2 more hours, I was like, what could they have? What was on the chopping block here? Did they cut out like all of the dad, his like whole storyline?
There's some dad stuff they could have, yeah.
But then you don't get the whole. Then you don't get the whole like social commentary about Taiwan and communism.
It's hard to see what you could take out, yeah, without making it a different movie.
That's how M. Night Shyamalan felt with The Last Airbender. He was like, "This is 7 hours, and it's going to be that way."
Yeah, he was wrong.
So he cut it to 1:40.
Also an Asian man.
Yeah. Next fact. Raised in the U.S., actor Lisa Yang, who plays Ming, spoke her Mandarin dialogue with such a heavy accent that the director had her lines redubbed by another actress.
Oh, damn. So she was just a face in this.
Pretty much. Could you imagine having to redub the second main character's audio for a 4-hour film?
That's what they do that for Marvel and shit, though. They do it for everything. Every
Yeah.
line they do. It's crazy.
They bring Hugh Jackman back in to make all of his noises. I've seen those videos where he's standing in the sound booth. He's
Yeah, they do, yeah. What a shit show that all is.
Next, Chen Chang, who plays Xiao Xier, or my notes here when I copied it over said or Little Four was apparently a Americanized
Moniker
nickname
for him.
I
Sir,
called him
yeah.
Zhang. I called him Zhang the whole time in my
The
notes
main guy?
because yeah,
Okay, I just call him Sir in my head.
because his name was like Zhang Zhen or whatever, but
Yeah.
they called his nickname was Sir. So Chen Chang, who plays Sir, and Kuo Chang, who plays the father, are real life father and son.
Oh, interesting.
The actor's own name is also used for the
Both
full
good.
name of the character.
Yeah, both good actors.
Yeah.
Handsome devils.
I love that father and mother were just titled father and mother. Like, you never got a name on them. Or sister and brother and younger sister. And
yeah. And
Didn't
goofy little nicknames.
And then Tao Air. And
Who I don't know who that is, who Tao Air is.
Tao Air was the older brother. He was the one with the watch that stole the watch.
Okay, I thought Sir stole it too, but yeah.
Yeah, no, he did. But that's way later. That's 3 hours and 30 minutes in, okay? Next, when Sir's parents get really angry and quarrel with each other, they switch to speaking in Cantonese instead of their usual Mandarin.
Ooh, that's a good detail. We would have no clue what's going on there.
Never would have. I still don't really know Cantonese versus. I know one's traditional and one is a simplified Chinese. I think Mandarin is the traditional or the simplified Chinese now.
That probably plays into the story of leaving the mainland and having to adopt the Chinese of Taiwan Mandarin. So I think Cantonese is more traditional. I think
but Mandarin's now Mandarin's the most spoken in the world. So I don't know. Next, Edward Yang used Goodfellas as the model of a gangster movie for this film.
I could see some Goodfellas influence in the first half for sure. When did Goodfellas come out? That's a pretty quick turnaround.
1990.
So he saw that and made this. That's pretty quick.
Yeah. I do get most West Side Story though, for sure.
It's a pretty, for as long as it is and as artsy as it is, it's like a pretty Americanized movie, I think. It definitely draws on those influences. I've seen a lot more abrasive Asian movies than this, to say the least.
I can't believe I didn't make a connection to The Outsiders now either.
I think I would bet that's like the biggest influence or connection, but maybe that's just me talking. Yeah,
it makes complete sense. The Greasers and what are the other ones?
Socks. Yeah,
the Greasers and the Socks. Yeah, that's another kind of West Side Story kind of thing. All the weird nicknames, like you said. Yeah, very outsider-esque.
A different story to be sure, but I think that's definitely a flashpoint I could draw on.
Yeah. My anti-penultimate is that the English title for the film comes from a line in an Elvis Presley song, "Are You Lonesome Tonight?" Elvis sings the line, "Does your memory stray to a bright summer day?" But the characters in the film mishear it as a brighter summer day.
Yeah, they talk about that in the film.
It's part of it. Yeah, the older sister helps transcribe English songs so that Cat can sing them in his shows.
That is cool. Yeah, very Elvis heavy too. I mean, that was part of the deal with the Outsiders, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were all wanting to be Elvis boys.
Yep.
Wow. I think.
I can't believe I didn't make that connection. Next up, although it doesn't have enough ratings to make it into the IMDb Top 250, if it were based on its ratings here, it would fall somewhere between 69 and 136. All the other movies with the same ratings, which is the range at 69 is American Beauty, and 136 at the Judgment at Nuremberg. So somewhere in
Weird
between
movie.
those. I
Haven't heard
know,
of that
right?
one.
I was surprised that made the top 250. I was like, that's got enough reviews.
Judgment of Nuremberg. Fuck.
So yeah, somewhere in there.
That's where Seth is. He's being judged right now.
He's being judged at Nuremberg
He is.
by his peers,
Yeah.
but not us.
Or no.
His other peers.
Or his coworkers.
And my ultimate fact for you guys is nominations. There's not a ton.
Really?
No, sadly. But
Very sad.
the Asia Pacific Film Festival is the winner for Best Film. The 1992 Cashiers du Cinema, it was nominated for a Top 10 Film Award for Best Film.
Is that CAHIE?
Yes.
Okay, that's the
RS.
French publication, a very famous one, yeah.
It tied at 10th place with The House of Smiles, Les Mirages, and The Oak.
Okay, yeah, they're very artsy. That was the one that like Truffaut and Godard all wrote for.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the most influential magazine of all time.
Tokyo International Film Festival, it won the Special Jury Prize, won the Fipresci Prize and the Tokyo Grand Prix. It was nominated. Singapore Film Festival, it won the Silver Screen Award for Best Director. The one that it looks like it got the most in is the Golden Horse Film Festival. That might be something specific to
maybe Taiwanese
or China, but won the Golden Horse Award for Best Film. It won Best Original Screenplay, nominated for Best Lead Actor and Best Leading Actress, nominated for Best Director, nominated for another Best Leading Actor, Best Supporting Actress, another Best Supporting Actress, Best Cinematography, Best Art Direction, Best Makeup and Costumes, and Best Sound Recording. It won Picture and Screenplay, and then was nominated for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. So it went to.
It was the Taipei Film Festival, yeah.
The Golden Horses.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's our awards.
I thought it'd be more lauded, but it's hard to give it to the big whale, I guess.
Moby Dick.
Not all that awarded, Moby Dick. He didn't win a lot in his life.
No. Just mostly
second.
Biggest sperm.
Whitest whale.
Did you ever have to read Moby Dick?
I didn't have to. I think I did on my own in like 8th or 9th grade, and it was like this kind of sucks.
8th or 9th grade.
I didn't like it. I didn't get it. I mean, I was a big reader, yeah.
I think it was our junior year of high school. They had so many things crammed into that year around like the big thing of junior year was your term paper that was like supposed to be like 12 pages. And they, for like so many things, we just started doing like movies instead. Like we didn't read all of the Scarlet Letter or Moby Dick. We watched the movies of them instead.
The Gregory Peck one? Is that who's in the old
Moby Dick?
Yeah.
I don't remember. It was
I think Orson Welles might have a crack at it.
But then we read The Grapes of Wrath, we read The Great Gatsby, we read Catcher in the Rye.
Busy year.
Yeah, very busy year. We did all of like Henry David Thoreau, we did Leaves of Grass, that kind of stuff.
You did that at Montessori, yeah.
Of course. You did that in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
3rd grade, I think.
But with that is the end of our facts, so we can get into the movie.
The movie.
I listened back to one of our old brackets when the first time you said Moomy, like you accidentally said it, and we were like, "Oh, Moomy!" And you're like, "I'll fucking kill you."
I was mad, yeah.
Yeah.
But now that was an empty thread, I guess.
Yeah, I'm still alive, guys. Seth's not here. I don't know what happened to him.
He texted a while ago. He
messaged us. He messaged us. Seth, are you for sure out today? Yes. Okay, good. We're an hour in. Nicole Kidman, this is a place where heartbreak is beautiful.
It's real.
It's real.
Feels good.
Did your heart break in this film?
Yeah. Did you cry? I cried a little bit.
I did not cry, actually.
I teared up a little bit at the very end at prison, but yeah.
I did not cry.
You think Nicole would have liked this before she passed?
What? She hasn't passed.
Would she have
Did
liked
she?
it?
Did she pass?
She's dead.
Wow. When you said you were gonna kill us for the Moomies, you just accidentally killed Nicole Kidman instead.
She tried to eat the moon and it got stuck in her stomach.
She's tried to swallow her ring.
She wanted out.
Yeah.
I would too.
She tried to swallow the moon.
That was one episode. She tried to grab the moon.
And then it hit her in the eye like a big pizza pie, and it really did kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amore, guys. That
big thing. There's a whole funeral for her.
That is amore. I do think she would love this. I don't know if she's
pretty pure cinema.
But yeah, any actor that's renowned would.
She's an artist. Yeah.
So the movie. The Moomy. It starts in the summer of 59.
The world has never been more different.
Because it's in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Summer of 59, a father's upset about his son's test scores and is trying to get a rescore with the commissioner or whatever this is, the board. And some intro credits roll. They're like, we don't know if we can, but we'll try our best. Intro credits roll as a man walks an ox-drawn cart down a street, and the father and son bike past him and get home to listen to a radio broadcast of which students made the day school university, basically.
The good one, yeah.
Sir did not make it in there.
Which is in contrast to his older sister, who's made it into the best college. And
correct.
Keeps getting juxtaposed against Sir's relative failures.
She's in the best college, but she's also responsible for like everything that goes on in the house. She's carrying
the real one. Yeah, of course she was.
And you get a little history lesson. It's Chinese symbols on the screen, but it did tell me that millions of mainland Chinese fled to Taiwan in 1949 with the nationalist government after its defeat in the Civil War by the Chinese communists. Their children were brought up in an uneasy atmosphere created by their parents' uncertainty about the future, and many of these children formed street gangs to search for an identity and strengthen their sense of security.
I think that would be parallel to some American ideals, where a lot of this happened post-World War II, and a lot of the American youth then was in a similar boat, looking for identity. Where do I fit? Mm-hmm. Especially as we know, in the Black communities and stuff, where they had little to no protection.
Correct. And now it's the September of 1960. People are complaining about wardrobes on a movie set, while two boys, Sir and Kat, are sitting in the rafters, secretly watching and trying to get a little peep show on the movie star changing her clothes.
Little rascals.
They almost got it too.
Weird. The school is right next to the movie studio.
I know, right? And they just both of them keep their doors open so you can go back and forth.
Yeah, that's what the director liked, or the studio head liked.
Just walk onto Hollywood set and just, hey.
He said at one point, he's like, well, let's work together here.
Yeah. But they drop a book, they get caught, or at least Sir gets caught. But Kat is able to help him escape by throwing a rock through the window. They steal a flashlight, and they get out on the road. They use this flashlight to flash people with it.
Kat's adorable, the cutest fucking little kid ever.
He looks so much younger than Sir.
And talks, he does, yeah. Well, I mean, Sir looks like a pretty typical 14-year-old. Yeah, Kat looks like he's 9. Maybe. But he's just his little sidekick guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. Kat rocks. But they're flashing this flashlight around, and I didn't think much of it at the time. But one of the things they flash is just two people making out.
Oh yeah, I didn't really think about it then either.
They flash that's it. And now you get a gang of young boys after night school. This is the little park boys.
Yeah, the antagonist boys.
They're going to go beat up the 217 gang at the other school.
Why?
I don't know.
They hate each other.
They're two the
Right.
two like gang leaders of Shandong and
Snap at him.
and Honey
Yeah, Honey.
have been feuding for forever. So they're gonna go at it, and they kick everybody out of the school and whatnot. They catch this one kid. He's like, "I'm not with the gang. I promise. I was just here." Fucking what's his name? Sid Sly. He's like the new leader of the Little Park gang because Honey's gone. Clocks him in the face.
Wait, these are the
with a
2 and
brick.
7 boys.
Huh?
Are these the 2 and 7 boys?
No.
Isn't that Sir's gang?
Sir's gang is the Little Park boys.
I don't even know already.
Well, Sir's not in a gang, technically.
He hangs out with both of them? I thought he hangs out more with the 2 and 7 boys.
Does he? I don't know.
I think he's I think those are like his boys.
Because the Little Park gang is Sly is like Honey and Sly and all them.
I think that's Sondang's gang is the Little Park boys. I think you got it backwards. I think Sly and Honey and Sir and Kat's their gang is the 2 and 7 boys, I thought.
I have to look this up. Is Honey a part of the 217 gang or the Little Park gang? The
2 and 7
leader of the Little Park.
Oh, I have it backwards. Okay.
Yeah. And so that's who he's kind of hanging around, is the Little Park. So those are the protagonist gang. The 217, Shandong's is the antagonist.
Sure. Yeah, so the 2 and 7 are chasing them, and then the Little Park boys get there and chase them back out, catch one of them behind.
Hit him with a brick. They tell him to tell his older brother to never mess with the Little Park boys.
His blood just gushes out of his mouth. That's a cool shot.
So much fucking blood. And Sir gets home. Mom is very suspicious of him coming home so late. And why he's just flickering lights. I never knew why he always just turned on and off lights.
I think that was a message system, maybe to Cat or something.
Could have been.
He made it home. That was a theme.
It happens a lot, but I don't know why. She's upset about it. I loved this shot where it was like the camera, because he sleeps in a closet, like in a makeshift top bunk, bottom bunk closet thing. But he's got like this little sheer sheet. There was a shot where the camera was behind that sheet and you were watching everything go on in the living room outside while he's like in there.
It's silhouetted.
Like, oh, wow. Yeah. Nice little sheer sheet shot.
The craft of this movie is pretty unbelievable. Like the level of shots and the level of cinematography and how technically good it is for 1991 is pretty remarkable. Like this looks better than Pulp Fiction does. Like, I'm not saying it's like a better movie or whatnot, but like the crispness of it, the blocking and the shots of it are like, I was like, damn, this guy. The
blocking's so good.
Yeah. This guy's a guy.
Well, Sir is at the school assembly when he gets called into the conduct officer's office to talk about what happened at the film studio last night. Lucas, you just got punched.
She punched me.
It was kind of a harder swing than I intended it.
She knocked me out.
It was abuse.
No.
I will be reporting it. You're safe with me.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, he gets pulled in to talk about what happened at the film studio last night. And
him
and Kat. They get a demerit for it. His father's like, I don't care about demerits, whatever. We'll make this work. And apparently, Sir has also been spreading rumors about Sly with a new girl named Jade.
Yeah, because he kind of fessed up that he saw Sly there with a girl. Like in passing, he said that. And then that, made it way back around to him.
And Sly's like, you know what? You're spreading this rumor about me. I demand a copy off of your work. He doesn't let him. Now they're fighting outside of class. Got another demerit, I think. And
that's a lot of it.
Family dinner. Journaling about his feud with Sly. He's planning to go to birthday parties, and his dad gives him $70 for a new bat for Cat that he stole. Obviously, money's tight with the family. You can tell that. It's a big family. It's a small place.
He got a promotion at work, but he didn't get a pay raise along with it.
Which that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, fuck that.
take on more responsibility and you don't get a pay raise with the government.
Yeah. I mean, there's some stuff behind the scenes going on here that they might be railroading him a little bit too.
Correct. But yeah, money's tight, and Dad gets the promotion at the birthday party. The guy tells him that he's gonna help Sir get into day school with this promotion. He needs to forget all his old like Shanghai intellectual mentalities, and his raise will give him higher ranks within like the gang system if he needs it. And it's like, okay, he's not associating himself with the gangs, but okay.
He's pretty anti-gang, yeah.
He's very anti-gang. And Sir, he's at the nurse's with a little stomach ache. And like as he is leaving, he is asked to help walk a girl to her classroom who hurt her knee badly and can barely walk.
She's fucked up looking, yeah.
This girl is Ming. She got hurt playing a game of basketball with Tiger.
Tiger fucked her up somehow.
Yeah, I don't know what he did. He crossed her so bad she broke her knee.
I do love all the basketball stuff in here. They're pretty
There's so much
advanced
basketball.
for 1960 Taiwan.
Yeah,
They had some up and under moves, have some good jumpers.
Yeah. And so he's gonna walk her to class. This is Ming. She is our leading lady in the film. A 15-year-old or so girl. They stop on their walk to the classroom to not walk by some like military advisors. And so he takes her to the rafters above the film studio where they watch everything that's going on again.
Up, like a live screen going, live test or whatever.
Pretty much. Of the ranch, yeah.
Yeah.
While you were laughing in your seats, they were in the rafters watching it.
They were there. And Danny Masterson. The rapist.
Sure. Ugh. We hate that.
Mm-hmm, we do.
We hate Danny Masterson.
We do.
We hate him and Danny Elfman. Oh, Danny Elfman had like a sexual assault thing too.
Of course he did. Yeah.
I remember you said that to us. You're like, I knew I was right of hating his ass.
Yeah, justified all along.
Yep. And so as they come down from the rafters, they're leaving the studio. The director sees Ming and he tells her, he's like, come by for a screen test for the movie. He was like real into her right away. Because the film
was like storming out, and that was funny because he was like, this part's a teenager and you're 40. Let's get this girl in here, yeah.
Yeah. And so Sir asks if she's gonna do it, but she's like, I've got a boyfriend. He would be mad if I did it. And the instant she said she has a boyfriend, you can see Sir's face just kind of drop. They were having this beautiful day together, and it's like, oh, boyfriend.
It's a little innocent.
God damn it. So instead of going back to class after all that, the two of them play some more hooky, and they go to like a battlefield training site, talk about being in the army and everything. And as they walk through the field, a small gang of 217s come up to them. Sir beats one of them up, scares him off and all that. And he offers her a bike ride home, but she's like, I'm just going to walk to the bus stop instead.
So he walks with her.
He does. He's a gentleman.
He's a little gentleman greaser. It's so Americanized. It just hit me too that it's Elvis, it's basketball, it's West Side Story. I think that's very intentional.
Mm-hmm. My next note was gambling on pool games. I didn't know where this was going, but it's big. This is like the 217 gang's layers, this like pool hall basically, where they all play billiards, they make bets.
This guy Threads.
Yeah, Threads is like a guy who puts on shows and works for the 217, but also is like communicating with the Little Park boys, and
he's like a business guy.
This is Sean Dong's territory, the pool hall. And one of the people that comes into the pool hall with Threads is Tao. This is Sir's older brother.
Okay, missed this line.
They were like, "Oh, look at this little nerd boy. He what's the word?
Is gay."
No, he's not gay. Where you like pretend to be bad, but then you win. What's that word?
Oh, he's hustling.
He hustled him.
Okay.
He was gonna win some money. He got beat up a little bit, all that stuff. And in the middle of the night, Sir's heading home. He sees Ming like walk towards this house, and it's giant. She's not living currently in like the poverty that they are, or so it seems.
Yeah, she's got like a doorman and everything.
It was legit. And then you get like a bar. Like this is where you first get the singing.
Singing's great. Yeah. It's the Elvis figure. The main singer is talking like a low doo-woppy, and then Cat comes in on the microphone with his like falsetto. Yeah, it's so pretty too. It's so good.
Oh, I put the singing here is great. Like they were doing great singing.
I love it. I love
Also,
him.
the Elvis-looking guy is supposedly Honey's little brother, the leader of the trailer, the little trailer boy, the little park boys.
Sure, why not?
I kept wanting to say Trailer Park Boys from the freaking TV series.
The comedy, no.
Yeah, and so singing, they love to sing. And in this little bar, pub, kind of whatever this is, a fight breaks out in the kitchen. Over it's Sly, it's Threads. They're hitting each other over the rumors that Sir had spread about Sly kissing Jade. Now I don't know why this started a fight, because I don't know if Jade was seeing somebody else at the time or whatnot. But I don't know.
I think it was implied Jade was always seeing people. It's revealed at the end that there was something going on with Sly and Ming around this time that he was trying to divert around. Wasn't he like mad about that?
Correct. So when they flashed that little flashlight earlier at the people making out, that was where the rumors started that was Jade and Sly kissing. Now, I don't know why that started the riot in the kitchen, because maybe Jade was supposed to be Thread's girl or something else.
Sure.
But this started the fight. But this was all
wasn't it
a cover-up, because Sly was kissing Ming, and he was afraid of Honey.
Way back on. Okay, maybe so he's just mad about being told at all. He's just at all.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this fight breaks out and whatnot. And the confrontations on the basketball court too, over Ming hurting her knee playing basketball with Tiger, you know, like they're like, whoa, why are you worried about this? Isn't he seeing Sir over there? But Sly's pissed off, but everybody's fighting for Ming.
And yeah, it's kind of a lot of the movie too is like there's like a little, it's funny sad where it's like they're all like 14-year-olds, right, doing all this too, or but then it's funny because they're all like, fuck you, I'll fucking kill you as 14-year-olds, and then it gets sad later on.
Yeah,
when it comes to fruition.
It's real life adult shit with kids.
Yeah,
everybody's got the hots for Ming, but she's taken. She's with Honey. He's the leader of the gang. And a new student comes to class today. His name is Ma. He is like hot shit. He's like the rebellious kid. He supposedly stabbed someone of the 217 gang at his old school. Like he's a bad boy. You don't want to mess around with Ma.
I like Ma. He's got a cool look too. He's definitely got a wild flair.
He's kind of got poofy hair.
Got big ears. Goofy. Yeah.
He was cool. He's
like a Dallas
figure.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
What was Tom Cruise's name in The Outsiders? He had such a small role. It was like Charlie or something. He had like a normal name. No, it wasn't 2-Bit. That was Emilio Estevez.
It's been a while.
But Ma's here. Ming sees Sir and asks if he wants to go to the screen testing tomorrow with her. He is hesitant to even acknowledge her. Like he's biking away from her, and she stops him, and they're like, he's like, you have a boyfriend. Yeah, he's like, you have a boyfriend, and he's afraid to do anything. And Honey is apparently on the run. He's not around anymore, even though she's still with him. He killed like a lot of the members of the 217 gang and went on the run, and it was all because of Ming. And so it's like, I don't want to mess with you, but I love you still.
But you've already caused a lot of problems, yeah.
She has, but she wants Sir to come to the screening and not be afraid. There's nothing to worry about. Honey's not coming back.
Ever.
Forever. What's that from?
Sandlot.
Oh, that's right. Yep. So Sir's older brother's in real trouble. His name's Tao. He pawned off his mom's watch because of these pool shark games he was playing with Thread. The sister, and I put the sister's definitely in charge of the day-to-day of the family. You can tell. She knows that the watches are gone. She tells him, here's some money or here's something to trade it in. Let's get this watch back. keeping it all under wraps too.
Yeah, well,
We don't need
everything's
mom
sort
and dad
of
finding out.
falling apart.
And then someone in Ming's house is having a serious asthma attack. This is her mom, I believe,
I think I missed this scene.
where her mom's having an asthma attack, and then they're like, "Oh my
Remember.
God, we can't afford to pay for the doctor's bills." But her mom was like, they weren't actually like super rich and owned this home. They were workers in this super nice house. None of that ring a bell?
Nope.
It was Mrs. Fang's house or something. Because Ming had to leave the house with her mom because her mom got let go from her job because she couldn't do her tasks because of her asthma.
Okay.
So that's why
so
she moved into that other house. Yeah.
Old double
Yeah.
cross.
Mm-hmm. Ming's at a screen testing, but Sir isn't there.
Chickened out.
He's a little bit chickened out, but also, yeah, he's in the teacher's office being accused of letting Sly cheat off of him.
Been there.
Have you?
Yeah.
You've been in the principal's office for being accused of someone else cheating off of you?
Not the principal of my math teacher sophomore year. This kid, Bobby Simmons, cheated off me. And he got in trouble. I didn't. Because I think she knew what was going on.
Nice. But you were the one who cheated, actually.
Nope.
Nah.
Off of Bobby? Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, why would you cheat off of Bobby?
That's a death sentence.
What's Bobby doing now, huh?
Fuck if I know. I don't think he knows what Bobby's doing.
What did Bobby be doing?
Probably skateboarding or
Nice. So he made it big.
being radical.
Yeah. So Sly, the little bully kid, he gets expelled. But Sir's still in school.
He doesn't care though.
No, he doesn't. And his dad got a little heated about arguments in the system and fucking bureaucrats and
showing his commie side.
Yeah. But he's not a communist.
Kind of.
He is a little bit. He's worked for the communist government, but he says he's not a communist.
He shows those sympathies though.
Yes. And so Ming has left her home because of that asthma, and that pool hall crew, Shandong, is beating up Tao and Threads, but they forgive him on the money as long as Xiaodong can meet with Sly. He's got a business proposition to get these two gangs together.
Peace talks.
So they meet in like a theater, I think, and they're talking about like an upcoming concert that they want to throw, teaming up to align both the sides.
Yeah, it would be on Shandong's property, right? But with the 217 boys in a concert or something?
It would be on Sly's property in the Little Park Boys area. But it would be with Shandong's guys. I think.
Shit, I don't know.
I don't know either. I think it was
it's
on
open
the
to
Little
everybody.
Park Boys property.
Yeah, it's his dad's thing.
Yeah. And so he meets with them. They're like, we're going to align both sides, and they're going to do that. And there's a moment in night school when Sir gets pulled out of the class, and Ma saves him from some of the 217 gang. Shows him starts showing him and his friends all of his weapons and gadgets. He's got a samurai sword.
They found up in his attic.
Yeah. There's apparently a lot of them. There was like a recording device that can hear conversations 10 miles away.
Yeah. All apparently left from this Japanese war guy.
Yeah.
Attic. Yeah.
There were a lot of guns. He had shotguns and
guns and swords.
Pistols.
Pretty cool to find. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he had so much stuff.
I like this. It was funny because he was like, yeah, just look in your attic. You never know what you'll find. And then there's scenes of like Cat and Sir both looking up in their attics.
Yeah, Cat finds some stuff.
Yeah, he did. I found it. Sort of
a girly knife and a photo of a girl.
Yeah.
A suicide note, he thought.
Yeah.
But Sir and Ming are at an ice cream parlor together when Sly comes in with some of his boys to beat him up. But as they're doing that, some dude in like a Navy hat is at the door watching all this. Ming runs to talk to this guy and then runs out crying. this guy seemed to be in charge of everyone. I put, is this Honey? Is
It's
this
Honey.
the man that ran away? And it's fucking Honey.
He's in a sailor suit.
Yeah, I don't
He
know what
was-
that.
I think they said it. Someone else said later it was to fool cops and stuff. So I think that was like
Could
his
be.
disguise. Like when he's in the city, you don't want to mess with a Navy guy or whatever.
You don't want to mess with a U.S. Navy SEAL.
Yeah, he is odd and has a odd draw to him, some magnetism to him.
He's so handsome.
I mean, they're all handsome. They all look so good.
Yeah.
The fashion in this, even though it's all like schoolboy
Uniforms
stuff,
and yeah.
it looks fucking great. Their gym shirts look so fire, even though they
the
probably
white gym shirts with like the red. Yeah.
so fire. They're long sleeved. The tailoring, the pants, the suits, it all looks great. I love the fashion of this movie.
All the fancy outfits that the older sister wears, like that white dress with the blue flowers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very 1960s doo-woppy coded. Green military fatigues. I love those.
Yep.
Good looking.
Converse. It's either
like
hard to differentiate, but yes.
It was like, yeah, either dress boots or Converse sneakers. It was impeccably fashioned.
Yeah. But yeah, this is Honey. And Sly tells Honey that this feud with the 217 is all because of Honey. And Sly thinks that they can bring peace to both sides. But Honey isn't having this shit. He wants to bring some heat to the concert that Shandong and the Threads are trying to put on. He's like, I'm not dealing with this. This is on my property. They're not allowed over here. I'm still in charge. You were the one that took over while I was gone, but this is my gang.
Little brother's like, during this concert, come on.
Yeah, because his little brother is the lead singer of that one band with Cat.
Band, yeah.
Yeah. And Tao goes with Cat and Sir to meet with Honey to talk about how he got tied up with Threads in this kind of pool hall thing and everything. And he tells him and his gang to let Threads and Shandong do their thing. He's not going to crash the concert, but to tread lightly since he is back. This is my domain. I don't want any funny business going on. You can have your little concert.
I'm a psycho. He gives some psycho vibes.
He 100%. He tells everyone that the trailer, the Little Park gang is still Sly's. He's like, you know what? Sly's are in their trust. They listen to you. That's going to be yours now, even though I'm back. I'll be behind the scenes kind of thing.
Not as front facing.
He pulls Sir aside. He's like, can I talk to you for a second one-on-one? And I was like, oh, fuck. He knows about Ming. This is going down. But the first thing he says, like right away was, Ming really likes you. She tells me how much she's into you. And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's a weird power swerve that he gets. It almost makes him scarier because, yeah, you think he's gonna eviscerate him and scream at him or whatever, but he's almost like, I got bigger shit going on. You just like entertain her, like the Marcellus Wallace kind of vibe, I think.
Yeah.
Like, just keep her entertained while I do my real shit.
You can be with her. I don't care. You seem like a stable kind of boyfriend guy.
Yeah.
Have fun. I was like, wow, okay. So it's escaped one there.
Bigger things are at play, I think, for him.
It's almost like he was like a father figure because it's like he gave his blessing in a way.
A little bit, but for his own girlfriend.
Yeah. But it's concert time. This concert was kind of popping too. There's some good groups in there.
Yeah, their band always kills it with Cat singing, the most adorable little singer ever. And then there's a little celeb band behind him, I guess. That was like the headliner.
Yeah. But something weird's happening in the crowd as Jade, who is with Sly, kind of staring over in the direction of Ma, giving him fuck me eyes during the national anthem.
Ma, yeah.
They're both shooting each other. Lukas is like, okay. And Honey shows up to the concert. He doesn't stop for the national anthem, whatever, walks up to the door, makes a scene with the 217 gangs, and demands Shandong to come out. And so he does, but he's like, I don't want a scene. Yeah, he's like, I don't want a scene tonight.
Slapping everybody.
He slapped Shandong, even.
Yeah, a lot of restraint from Shandong there.
But he keeps pushing, so they're like, you know what, let's go to the street. You and I are just going to talk, me and you. This is going to be a peaceful talk. We're going to do our thing. And so they're walking down. And fucking Shandong just pushes Honey in front of a moving car. murders him with no one around. I was like, oh,
Yes. Goodbye,
murders
honey.
his ass. Yeah.
Yeah. Saw by nobody except for Ma, who saw them go off all together.
He didn't see the murder, but he did see them walk off together.
And then not return with honey.
Sean Dong's bad. He just fucking killed him right there.
He's scary too.
Yeah, Ma was trying to get like backstage or something with the celebrity band. I don't know. He was like,
He was trying to find that other guy, Airplane, whatever.
Who the fuck is Airplane?
I don't know if he even made an appearance. He might have been like a Bob
Was it Airport?
figure.
Well, he was trying to get backstage, then noticed Sean Dong escorting like Jade back inside and looked very upset about it too. He kind of like shoved her back indoors. He's like, okay.
Gnarly.
And Ma comes back into the concert hall with some corn on the cob for them. They're eating some
elote, yeah.
Yeah, some elote. And him and Sir whisper back and forth in the crowd while the crowd erupts and the cops start to examine Honey's body.
Some good shots. I love the whispering sometimes they do when it's not subtitled or whatever, and it's just all acting.
You can't hear anything. Yep.
Those are cool. That happens quite a bit.
And I think that is the end of Act 1.
Is there officially?
No, there's not. But it's like
there is a little break.
The murder there, and it's just like all silent and everything. It goes to black for a second. I think the murder of Honey is the end of
happens
Act
another 1. Later. Yeah, there is another sort of break. That's fair. Yeah.
It's like 3 seconds and that's it. But I was trying to figure out where these kind of acts were in such a long movie, and so
I think that's a good spot. Yeah.
And it's like it was just music as they were examining the body and the whispering, and then everything goes silent. The movie is incredibly quiet as Ming is making some shoes. Her mom is like in bed from another asthma attack. They've got hospital bills to figure out. And finally, some music comes back too. And some of the Little Park boys don't believe that what the cops are saying, that Honey went AWOL. They're suspicious. They're like, this doesn't add up. He wouldn't just run off again the night of the concert.
Yeah.
They're gonna plot some revenge,
I guess. Yeah.
And Ming is upset about the news of Honey. She knows that he's gone. And Sir confesses to Ming that he's like, I can always be here for you.
And which she runs away at. She's in grief and everything.
But all the other boys, Tiger, Sly, Airport Astronaut, Horse Cart, all of them think Ming's anyone's game now. She's
pretty sick.
Free to be courted.
Yeah. She's clearly way depressed.
My long-term boyfriend that went missing for forever has just been murdered. And everybody's like,
fresh meat.
Players got to play.
Blood in the water.
And so the father's boss, I can't remember his name, the government worker, he comes over and some whispering. You don't know, but the father's like, those aren't things that I'm overly comfortable with, but I guess I'll do it for my job. I have no clue what it was, but
yeah. He's being compromised, I guess.
Secret communist espionage shit.
Yeah. Anti-communist. I don't know.
And Tower and Kat, they got beat up by 217 gang members, and Kat wants revenge. This is where he finds the little knife in the attic and the picture.
Yeah, he's gonna stab some fuckers.
Ma's like, that's a woman's knife.
Pretty sad scene here though, when he tries to stab the mannequin and knocks himself over.
God, I thought he was gonna stab. I thought he was gonna bounce off and stab himself in the face.
That's where it's just like these are just like kids still.
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
All the cat stuff.
He's not intimidating in any stature. He's 4'2".
That's kind of the point, I think.
Yeah,
the violence has gotten so far to him, even.
Mm-hmm. And Ma's like, you know what? Come over to my place. I'll show you real weapons. Sir's there. They're playing around with like shotguns and stuff in his yard.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember this, but yeah.
They're shooting trees. You don't remember them shooting the trees?
Yeah, I didn't know what that was about. That makes sense then.
They're shooting shotguns. He's trying to teach him how to use a gun. And there's this beautiful transition as you see him shooting the guns, and then it just goes back to the trees, and you're hearing gunfire, reload, fire. And then it transitions from them shooting to watching a movie in the theaters, like an old Western with gunshots. And I was like, ooh, that's cool. Nice.
Another American angle, too.
Mm-hmm. All the Western stuff?
Yeah. And sort of the gun-toting stuff, yeah.
Shotgun's kind of a Western gun as well.
Yeah. Western Hemisphere.
But I loved this next shot. My note says OMG good shot. Because the movie theater where they had this Western is a double date, actually. Jade is on a date with Ma, and Sir's just on a date with some other girl that was brought along.
Yeah, some rando.
And there's this shot as it's like across all of their laps, and you start to see Ma's hand move up and like towards Jade's leg, and then he does this little thing with his fingers as it backs down her leg up her thigh, and I was like, "This is good. This is good film.
Dramatic, intense, yeah,
so good."
And then it would pan back to Sir, who's just like, "Fuck this! I don't want to be here, really."
Yeah, I'm not. Who is this girl? I'm with Ming, or I'm trying to be. And this little double date action ends up on the tennis courts at night. Jade and Ma have like some more great camera work, this real sexual tension for like young teenagers where like the shot is like her walking on the bleachers, but all you can see is like her waist down. Mm-hmm. And then Ma gets up onto the bleachers and comes up to her, and you can see his legs silhouetted in between her legs, but you can't see faces. I was like, this is good.
Some hand stuff, it looks like. Yeah.
Yep. Very good. And then you cut over to Sir with his girl, and they kiss, but there's not this.
There's no spark. Yeah.
There's no intensity. They're sitting there, their shoulders touch.
It's more like each other a look. Awkward, non-compatible teens. Yeah. What always happens.
They do a little side kiss. The kiss was for like 15 seconds. It was so dark you couldn't see anything. It was just like no they music. Pushed their lips together. Yeah. Not the same. But he's like asking Sir, he's like, "Did you get lucky tonight?" He was like, "No," he didn't want to say anything. Yeah. So he's like, "You know what? You could go around back with Jade and get a little lucky if you want. She won't mind." I was like, "Whoa."
That, though.
Yeah, you just pawn your girl off on your boy.
Boy is not happy about it. He was just sort of like flustered about the whole everything. And it's like, fuck this. I just want Ming. Yeah. All this extra revelry isn't worth it.
Not at all. When you've got a girl worth dying for.
Sure.
And Uncle Fat just drunk in the street, screaming as Sir's biking around him. Sir saved him from drowning after he fell in some water and like had a heart attack.
Well, as he like drove past him on the bike, Uncle Fat's like, fucking kids. And so he rode back around and was gonna like brain his ass.
Yeah.
Be like a bad teenager, and then he fell in and saved him from drowning instead. So it's like we did the opposite of what you were going.
He's a hero.
He's a hero. It's
a hero.
It's we keep invoking it, but in The Outsiders, there's that part where wasn't it Johnny's like the most despicable and worst of them all, but then he runs into the house and saves all the kids from the fire.
Yep.
And then dies out. Oh, he wasn't despicable, but him and Dallas was the one that went in. He was the despicable one and saved the kids. Mm-hmm. And Johnny also went in. He was the nice one.
Yeah. But Johnny didn't make it out.
No. Okay. It was like a sweet, two sides of a guy.
Yeah. And so, he saved him from drowning. I bet that probably could have been a part they cut in the 3-hour version, but one small moment. We're like 2 hours.
Says a lot about the character, though.
And a bunch of the Little Park gang members are all together on a rainy night. It was like a typhoon in fucking Taiwan. So much rain. Sneaking up on the pool hall of the gang of the 217 gang. This is where they were seeking revenge. They all wield different weapons they're all with just fucking katanas.
Yeah, it's
They've
crazy.
All got samurai swords.
There's some crazy shit.
This was the thing with the pool hall is they're their power goes out there a lot, so they have to rely on candles. And so the power's working. One guy's there. They cut him. They slice him up, and then the power goes out.
That's some like Snowpiercer shit. Yeah.
Complete darkness. Oh yeah, complete darkness until mayhem's going on, and you can just barely see like murder after murder from like one single flashlight.
I think that's isn't that Sir's flashlight, right?
Yes,
that he stole from the security guard or whatever. Yeah,
correct. Because he was just kind of
there.
like he was standing outside as a watch person with Tower, I think. But they took his flashlight in there, and you just see Shandong and his crew getting murdered left and right. And then the killers, I don't know why, but they went after Sly too. Maybe because they're working for Honey and
the gang. Yeah,
Sly was trying to get the sides together, but him and a few others escape, and they go into hiding. And you get this real hard scene to watch as Sir goes into the pool hall and watches Shandong bleed out in the dark as like his girl comes in and cries over his body, like screaming.
Yeah. This is like Apocalypse Now type shit almost.
And I mean, like, he's holding a katana and you're like, oh, he's part of the gang, but he's too afraid to do anything with that. Yeah. He's just standing there like
little kid.
Completely shocked. Oh my God. It was a hard scene.
Traumatized. Yeah.
And this is where the older sister's transcribing the Elvis music while all that happens. She's like, what does it say there? They're like, I think it's a brighter summer day. And I was like, oh,
they did it. Yeah.
You got to get hyped. And then out of nowhere, Dad gets arrested in the middle of the night by the secret police.
This was interesting because they show up and you think they're going to arrest Sir or question him for everything. And
well, the mom does too. She's like, are you here for Sir?
Yeah, well, obviously, there's like 12 people dead. And they're like, oh, we don't care about that. We care about the communists.
Mm-hmm. They take Dad away. He's being interrogated for like all the people that he's met in his line of work and back on mainland China. They suspect he still has those connections and with people that are a part of the Communist Party in mainland China. So these are the Nationalist Party of Taiwan that are like not dealing with it.
Fuck Mao and all that, yeah.
Yep.
Which is probably the right stance. Fuck Mao, I would say.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere in this movie, though. I was like, whoa, okay.
It crept up on you, yeah. That sort of gives it the almost bigger epic sense of it all.
Mm-hmm. And Kat tells Sir about a love suicide note and a picture he found in the attic next to the knife. They kind of look at it, and it's like, oh, it was like, dear whoever, this is my last. And it's like, oh, little note that you're supposed to give.
Foreshadowing.
Very much so. And Sir pretends he's in the doctor's office. He grabs this hat off the hook, starts rolling the edges up, pretending to be a cowboy with a 6-shooter, doing quick draws everywhere.
He's like a kid. Yeah, he's being a kid. He's being a little adorable guy.
When Ming shows up and she comes to tell him that she's thinking about what he told her in the gymnasium, that, I'll always be here for you.
Yeah.
And they're going to officially date.
Very cute. Yeah, very happy. No problems ahead for them. Yeah.
They play around with the hat. She does a little 6-shooter thing at him.
Yeah. So
it's all cute. Yeah. And the father wasn't in jail for a long time because he's already let go. But he did get demoted at his work. There's no going up in his government job anymore. And the mom is like, she thinks his boss was using him.
Yes.
As a divergent.
It's like a take the bullet for me. Yeah.
Scapegoat.
That's what they're called. Not a take a bullet for me.
The classic a take a bullet for me guy. But the father doesn't think so. He's like, no, he's a stand-up guy. They cry outside, they hug, they realize that family is all they have left now. The jobs aren't anything.
Together. Yeah.
Their previous connections in China aren't going to do them any good. It's just them.
It's going to fuck them over, yeah.
Which I think is kind of a story of like going to America, because that's their plan with the oldest sister too, is like getting a degree and going to, you don't have anything left at that point. When you move somewhere, the family's all you've got.
All over. Yeah. It's better to have a fresh start almost then. Yeah.
Also kind of the gang mentality is, this is all I've got too, when you've got nothing else.
Totally.
Family.
That's a family of sorts in that.
Yeah. Beautiful. So something's up with Tiger. He's not playing basketball in that game very much.
Yeah, he's playing like Ben Simmons.
Lackadaisical on the court. He's not doing. He just like set the ball down, and everybody starts yelling at him. I think it was because he wanted to be with Ming, but he's not able to.
I think so.
Okay.
I think he's sad that she's dating Sir.
It was never fully addressed, but Ming starts telling Sir, like they were shining flashlights at like cars going by or something in the rain. She's telling him like, they're like, she's like, I flirt with so many other men who have interest in me. And I was like, whoa, what?
Red flag. Yeah.
She's like, even that doctor that I see for my fucked up knee. Yeah. Me and him flirt all the time. I was like, wait, what? Flag.
Yeah.
Don't be saying that.
She's sort of playing up the femme fatale figure, right? Or the girl who's a little more promiscuous that ruins the guy's life. I think that's kind of a trope of a lot of these types of movies.
Yeah, but don't tell your brand new boyfriend that you're flirting with every man, even your doctor.
Well, it's bubbling up his rage a little bit. It's sort of seeds of it.
It gets him.
He's a
going.
jealous guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the middle of the night. Oh, I love the scene. Middle of the night where the father thinks someone's trying to break into the house.
Oh, this is intense.
He was delusional. He's like, they were standing right above me. Mother's so stressed out, just in complete distress from the situation.
Yeah.
Turns out it was Seth's
PTSD
sleep paralysis demon that was standing over father.
You got him today, too.
Oh, because you weren't on Lamageddon, but you listened to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
About everything.
And he's talked about it before. Yeah.
Yeah. Where it tickles his feet and it made him like,
yeah.
Oh, great.
Fucks with him. It doesn't.
Did I ever tell you about
his soul?
The one time I had sleep paralysis?
Mm-mm.
So if you know more about sleep paralysis, you're supposed to get sleep paralysis easier. But it was one night we watched a sleep paralysis.
I don't want to get it. Okay, never mind.
We watched this documentary about sleep paralysis, and it ended at like 1 a.m. I was like, God damn you guys. Now I can't go to sleep in my bedroom, so I'm going to sleep out here in the living room. So I was in my house on Sussex in Missoula, and I'm sleeping in this chair in the corner. And I was like, if I make noises or anything, you guys wake me up. And I woke up in that chair, unable to move. I was like on my side, and I was just like,
dang it, yeah.
But I couldn't do anything because I was breathing like really fast and exaggerated. All I could hear was my roommate Garrett watching Frasier at 4 a.m. in the living room.
That should have calmed you down. Yeah.
I know. It did help me when I started to focus on the show. And I just kept my eyes as closed as I could so I didn't see anything. And then I woke up the next morning. I was like, Garrett, what the fuck was that? And he's like, what? I was like, did you not hear me back there? He's like, I thought you were just dreaming. I was like, no. You're supposed to wake me.
You're dreaming you were running.
I was dreaming of sleep paralysis.
Like chasing gophers.
Yeah, I was dreaming like a dog. I was going,
yeah. That's funny.
My paws were moving like crazy in that chair.
Yeah. Tail wagging.
My snout sniffing. Well, yeah, he had these big delusions that night. He's going crashing down. And Ming goes to the doctor. And she immediately confronts him. She's like, who's that lady you were with? And he's like, well, that's going to be my wife. We're getting married in 2 months. And I was like, whoa, married?
I'm a doctor.
And Ming's like, there's no love between you guys. This isn't a real relationship. She's like, you're a child.
That was fucked up, yeah.
She's like, I love you. And I was like, whoa.
Ming's kind of fucked up, it seems.
Very much so. The doctor's like, we can't be doing this anymore. And then he even calls Sir in. And he's like, be cautious about young love. Like, he's warning him about Ming even.
Yeah, no kidding.
When the nurse, I don't know why, she comes in.
Sophomores in high school, basically, yeah.
Yeah. And then he's telling her all about this doctor that is not his. And the nurse is like, stand the fuck up straight, you idiot. And then they just start screaming at each other. Like, why did the nurse come in?
This is weird, yeah. And then someone catches him, right? Don't they fight? I don't remember.
No, he doesn't fight. They got screaming at each other, and then he's getting another demerit at school. And his dad's yelling at them and all, and he gets upset, and he starts to lean down. This is where it looks like he's falling, but he grabs a baseball bat and smashes like the light bulb in the classroom.
That was a cool shot.
And at that, that cord swung back and forth. Yeah, just until it kind of stabilized. But after he pulled that, he's getting expelled.
Yeah, even though dad still's like, you're not being fair.
Give him
He's
another chance.
His only hope now is day school. Yeah.
Correct. And so he tells Ming, he's like, I'm not going to see you for a while. I didn't make it into day school. I've got to study all summer, and I'm going to be preoccupied readying myself for this transfer exam. And she's upset. She realizes I'm not going to see him very much. It reminded her of her time with Honey, who disappeared on her.
Yeah. Ah, the great. Right.
You good there?
Yeah. But yeah, Honey, the great tragedy of her life.
Yeah. And what's going to happen is he going to die? Is he going to get sucked into gang life?
Dump me? Yeah. She's also said if he goes to college, you're going to be gone.
Yeah. Also, the last thing that happened when Ming didn't see her boyfriend for a long time is she got with another guy. So it's like, what's going to happen with their relationship?
It doesn't look good.
And, you know, they spend some quality time that they can together. But things get real heated when Ming is over at Ma's with everybody. They're all playing around. When she sees two of these, probably airplane and horse cart or something, like full army outfits with like assault rifles in their hands, like messing around.
So she's like, let me try.
Guns. Yeah, she's like, well, this isn't a girl thing, but let me hold this gun. So she's playing around with the pistol, and Sir walks in and pretending to shoot at him, and he's doing the 6-shooter thing and pretending to dodge when she fucking fires the gun.
Yeah. This was intense because you're like, what? It held it for a long time. You knew they didn't hit him, but it held for a long time that.
Oh, I know.
What did it hit? Did it hit anybody? You know?
Well, and she played with the gun for so long that you're like, oh, it's definitely not loaded. But the whole time I was like, this has to be loaded, right?
Yeah, Chekhov's gun. Seth would have a lot to say about that.
And yeah, she's just bouncing it back and forth and finally shoots it. Yeah, it cuts to Sir just standing there. I was like, good 10 seconds where he just like,
is he gonna collapse over? Is he gonna grab his gut? Yeah, no.
Is there gonna be like a little red spot that's
you're good filmmaking.
Oh my god! But this is where he loses it. This is reckless of her. She almost shot him. He comes up, slaps her across the face.
Yeah, good old lady slap.
The good old lady slap usually signifies that your time together is done.
Yeah, this is they've gone through a lot as 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds.
I know, right?
That's like the whole thing of it all. Yeah, like I was so immature with my high school girlfriend when I was like 17 or 18, and these fucking little kids are like star-crossed lovers with murder and death in there. So much baggage.
How many times do you get shot at in that relationship?
Just like once.
Did you retort with the classic lady slap?
Yeah, you have to.
If you're shot at, you have to do a lady slap.
That's custom.
But Uncle Fat is giving the mother an opportunity for the father to get in business together in a fruit export business. Since his government career is a dead end now, he's like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, I kind of hate you, Uncle Fat. Yeah.
But he takes him up on the offer, and they're going to go to dinner. Sly has come out of hiding now, and he comes to talk with Sir.
Yeah.
And he apologizes. He's like, I want to study with you. Man. We're going to try and get into university together, all that stuff. But then
Sir's not having it.
That he's like, we are similar figures, actually. We've grown up the same way. We've had troubles with the gangs. We've had the same bad luck with girlfriends. And Sir's like, wait, what? And he's like, oh, yeah. Ma took Jade from me, and now Ma took Ming from you. And I was like, excuse me?
And then the poor fucking jealousy of Sir, he immediately leaves. Like not another word of the conversation. He's fucking out of there.
And slaps Sly across the face.
Yeah, don't talk about that shit. Keep her name out your mouth. But then he's gonna go find what's going on.
And I think this is kind of where Act 3 starts to come about.
Okay, is there a little pause there?
I think so. It was all gangs at the first, and then it was all relationship in the middle, and then it's all just fallout in the end.
Downfall, yeah.
So Sir goes to confront Ma about Ming. And Ming was like, or Ma was like,
I'm your
"No,
boy. What the
ladies."
fuck?
He's like, "I'm your boy. Sometimes you got to dress the girls well. You got to feed them, and then you get a
Ma's
little
so cool.
tomfoolery.
Yeah.
Then you get to fool
It's like,
around
it's all
a little
about.
bit with the girl."
We're still fucking homies, though. Yeah. He was truly like, yeah, we're still boys.
Yeah, I mean, I took your girl, but that doesn't mean anything. And I mean, Sir seems to not act out violently against Ma, but he is upset.
He's like, if I see you again, fucking run.
Yeah. And the older sister, is pissed when Mom's watch is missing again. But nobody seems to know where it's went this time.
Yeah, no one fessed up. This is a pretty harrowing scene after this, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Because nobody knows. Then the parents come home from their dinner, and the littlest sister spilled the beans. She's crying to her mom that the old sister was mean to her because Tao Air pawned the watch off.
Yeah.
And oh my god, he gets beat by his father
For a long time. Well, the genius of this scene is he beats him for a good bit, and then they all jump in to stop. And like, that's enough. Come on. And normally he would fucking stop, but he just shrugs them all off and keeps going for another 3 minutes.
I mean, the daughter is literally like splayed over the back of him, like trying to protect him, and he's like pushing her aside. He'll whip her if needed. It was like, yeah. Looks like he grabbed a bottle at once.
I mean, this is very clearly like everything is gone out of this guy's life, and he's just gonna take it all out of this kid, even though it's like it's a big deal that the watch got stolen, but he's like, I'm gonna put every fucking hardship right now into beating my kid.
Yeah. And while all that happened, Jade is on a little date to the movies with Sir.
Yeah, the love Pentagon.
She's noticed him doing some studying in the church library, and is like, why not?
She
likes a sophisticated man.
Sure.
And they see their movie, and then they go back to the tennis courts together where Ma and Jade had their moment. But instead of any intimacy, they're starting to like hug. He's like, "Can you hold me forever?" and all that stuff. He angers Jade, trying to change her.
Yeah.
That's Sir's thing. He wants to change a girl.
Yeah. Why does he want to do that? What's his complex with this?
I don't know.
I mean, that's just a commentary. A lot of guys want to change their girls. Yeah. I think it's reflective of his pain with Ming.
Mm-hmm.
Where she like had all this promiscuity and talked to other boys and stuff. So he's like, don't ever fucking hurt me like that again. She's like, don't change me. What are you talking about?
He was gonna change Ming so that she was only his, basically, and that wouldn't happen anymore. But then Jade is also kind of a promiscuous figure, and so he's like, "Oh, I'll change you." But she gets pissed about that. She walks out and she reveals.
It's kind of like that's like an old school versus new school mentality too. That's kind of some feminism that could be part of the communism versus old school China thing going on too.
But she reveals that rumor that he had spread of her and Sly kissing together was false this whole time. It was Ming that was kissing Sly that night. More promiscuity from Ming. Sly had made her say that it was her kissing him because he was afraid Honey would find out if he had ever come back.
Yeah.
So now Ming has made her rounds of Honey, Sly, Sir,
Ma, and Sir,
and Ma, and a doctor.
Yeah, doctor guy. And Jade's been with almost all of them, same ones too.
Correct, minus the doctor.
Yeah, maybe that we know of.
And all this happens. He finds out this, and he is heartbroken. And he comes home to see this beating, like through the window. He's like, I thought he was like sitting in a tree or something, like watching it happen through their window.
I kind of thought that too.
And we find out then one of the sisters comes out over to him, and we find out that Sir has been covering up a lie too. Ming was not the only one that was untruthful and everything going on, as he was the one who stole the watch earlier. It was never Tao Air.
Yeah, sure. Tao Air took the beating for him.
Yeah.
Hardly even knowing it. Yeah.
And so is he really rightful to hold this higher authority over all these girls when he's doing the same shit to his own family?
No, and he's a little fucking thug too.
Yeah,
Little street thug.
little street thug. Well, Sir goes to Ma's house and threatens him about things with Ming, but Ma yells him out of the house. He's like, don't ever do this. And Kat is playing like the mediator, trying to get Sir to calm down, telling him that Ma brought like a samurai sword to school today to protect him. So you know things are like serious now.
Heating up, yeah.
And Sir goes into Kat's home. His mom's like, what are you doing here? He's like, I'm just borrowing a book. He grabs that knife that Kat found.
The girl knife.
Yeah. And he posts up outside of the school waiting
For Ma.
with the knife.
But who does he see?
Yeah, Ma never comes out. While waiting, he sees Ming.
Shit. The original
confronts-
ire. Yeah.
Yeah, she confronts him about his own actions now. She sees the knife. She's like, this isn't you. You're not a part of the gang lifestyle. Like, things ended between us.
Here?
It's okay. Yeah. And, you know, he tells her he is fine with all of her cheating and the promiscuity as long as he can be with her and change her. And I was like, God damn,
it's not gonna work, buddy. Yeah.
She tells him, you're just like the rest of the boys. You're every guy that I've ever been with
Wants to change everybody.
wants to change me, and that's just not going to happen. And so out of pure frustration
And the heartbreak and everything, yeah.
stabs her right in the middle of the street.
To death.
Like 6 times.
Yeah. Fucked up.
It was kind of
I'm a kid.
It's hard to say that it was like this, but it was almost like a romantic killing in a way, because
it was filmed that way for sure, yeah.
Because as he stabbed her, he embraced her and like hugged her. And you could see her like her last things of life was holding on to him, like,
and it was triumphant music. Yeah. It was like if I'll get her at least now, then yeah. I won't get her for the future. No one else will. I'll just keep her then, as she's dead. Yeah, crazy.
She dies. She holds on to him as she holds on to her own life. I was like, God damn it.
And then after this here, is there like a film switch, like a switch of film formats or something?
There might have been, because he cries in the street, he breaks down, all that. And then, he gets next thing is like all of his family running into the jail.
It's filmed weirdly, I thought.
It did seem brighter for sure.
Yeah, and like different motion blur, maybe. I don't know.
Almost like with Ming's passing, it was like a brighter summer day.
Maybe that's just, maybe it just tuned in from Florida Project last week. If we're trying to see notices and film changes.
But he was arrested with like a note in his pocket to his sister. He was like apologizing, hoping to give explanation to his parents. Like he might have been getting ready to take his own life.
I think, knew what was going to happen with Ma at least. Yeah.
Yeah. He was going to kill Ma and he was going to kill himself or something like that. And so he had like a suicide note inspired by that note from the attic that Kat had found to his sister. And Ma, the reason he never found Ma that night was because Ma was in jail being questioned about the sword he brought to school.
Yeah. It all first full circle.
And one of the, I think, most powerful acting moments here was from Ma sitting in this jail cell, because he knew, like, he brought the samurai sword to school. He wasn't planning on using it, but he's crying in there. He's like, Sir was the only friend I ever had. I was the only friend. And he's hearing all the news of everything and just crying his eyes. I was like, wow.
That is super sad. Jeez, yeah.
And like in jail, you just hear in passing, the person's like, yeah, that girl's mother's dead too. She killed herself. And I was like, whoa.
Jesus, yeah.
Asthmatic mother's dead too?
That poor family. What's left of that family? Yeah.
Well, she did survive.
Oh, she just tried to kill herself.
She tried to kill. She put her like gold ring down her throat and choked on it.
Bad. It's a dumb way to kill yourself.
Right?
Yeah. It's got
do it with a glizzy.
Yeah.
Do it with a glizzy. That's the way I want to go. Choking on a glizzy. Deep throat and a glizzy.
My suicide.
Suicide by Glizzy. But yeah, media is going crazy too around this doctor. And like everybody is all of a sudden, just all the news are in there. We heard you were having sexual relations with this
victim,
patient, this child patient, the victim. Yeah, and they're like,
what the fuck?
Get out of my office. I don't know where they heard this, but
yeah, the media frenzy has whipped up as he's like becoming on trial for it.
Yep. And then you get a little black screen. You get some text on screen that says, in the summer of 61, Sir received the death sentence from the District Court of Taipei, being the first juvenile homicide case in Taiwan under the national government rule. The case and sentence were widely debated, and the District High Court later commuted the sentence to only 15 years in prison. Sir was released from prison shortly before his 30th birthday.
Damn. A crime
and then
of passion.
It says 2 months after the incident. So Sir's in prison. We're not going to be seeing him or anything. But it's Cat. He just misses his friend.
Yeah, it's sad.
He had talked to a guard, and he was like, I know we can send letters, but you guys told me that I could send like an audio tape for him as well. And he's just standing there like, can I give you this? And they're like, I don't know. He's like, I talked to you. Can I take this? They're like, oh, sure. We'll take this. And this got me all broken up too, because he gives the tape to him, and you're like, you finally hear what's on the tape. It's a song he recorded.
He wrote to Elvis as well. He said, I sent this to Elvis. Elvis wrote back. He sent me a ring.
Yeah, all that. And you're like, oh, he's listening to it. No, this was just a voiceover thing. They threw the fucking tape in the trash.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
of course they did.
God damn it, Cat. And they throw that tape away, and back at home, this is the end of the movie. It's so powerful. Back at home, they're doing laundry, and the mother finds Sir's school uniform as she was hanging it up to dry, and she starts to cry. And meanwhile, the little youngest daughter was trying to grab something up high, and she was standing on
in the attic, I think,
a bunch of things. And she was standing on the radio, which I didn't think was anything of it. Like earlier in the film,
Cat fixed it, and at the very beginning,
they took apart the radio to get the record player going so that they could record songs.
Yeah,
and so the radio has never been as great. You always had to have it at a weird angle. It didn't tune.
Smack it. Yeah.
But when she reaches up high to get it, she knocks over the radio, it hits the ground, and it's fully functioning again.
And what is it doing? What is it playing?
Oh, it bookends the movie so good. Where it comes back on, and it just starts naming off all the students who made it into the day school university this year.
Which of course we know Sir did not.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, you think it's going to end as it fades to black and the credits start, but the credits are rolling, and they just keep naming off more and more names as the credits go.
No music, solemn.
No music. I just sat there watching these Chinese symbols scroll and just listening to these names, and I was just like, powerful. Powerful shit.
He's a fucking movie maker, man. Yeah.
This is a movie. But that is the end of A Brighter Summer Day.
We did it.
I can't believe we did a 4-hour fucking movie, and we're not 2.5 hours in, but an hour 50.
Yeah, we kind of just speed run the plot there, which is good. I think
we had to.
If we did bits on every plot point, we wouldn't be at the plot yet.
No, there's no way. If we did that and Seth were here, this would be a 5-hour cast.
Yeah.
5-hour pod. But
we do need to take a break though.
That's gonna end it. We'll each take a little quick shit. Get any get any poop out of our rectums and our colons, and
you gotta shit.
We'll come back. No, not at all. I just thought maybe you needed to.
I might.
I took a pre-pod shit, so I'm good.
How's your Dr. Pepper?
It's gone. It's real good though. And we bought a 12-pack.
So did we.
I would imagine you have them every week.
Yeah, we buy like 2 a week. 24-pack. I like my abs.
Your abs are not a 24-pack.
When I've been working out.
That doesn't mean you have a 24-pack.
Have you seen my abs when I've been working out?
No.
Then what do you know?
I haven't seen your penis while you're working out either, but I know there's not a 24-pack on it.
I've got 3 times the amount of abs as Zac Efron.
Does Zac Efron have an 8-pack?
I think so.
He probably does.
Okay, I'm ready. Wait, let me refresh this. Okay, now I'm ready. I don't have any quotes, so that'll go fast.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9, yeah.
I'm ready.
Let's get back into it. All right. Where am I at? 25. Okay. 1, 2, 3, play. How's your shit?
Well done.
I thought you were gonna say wet.
No, the opposite. Well done.
Well done shit. Real firm and
Gestated.
not juicy. And gestated. Quotes. It's
Quotes.
core time.
Got a lot of them.
I've got 9.
I got none.
That's almost 9.
That's almost. It's a letter off. Yeah, I didn't really take quotes or notes during this one. I kind of just freeballed this one. Too long. I'm like, I don't know.
And
it's in Taiwanese.
You gotta pay attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
What other? So we did the Gods Must Be, or not? We did the Gods Must Be Crazy, which had a lot of other dialect to it, and we did Even Dwarves Started Small.
It's German.
Have we done any other foreign ones up to this
point? The Great Wall was mostly English.
Oh, Seth and I watched all of Spirited Away in the Japanese. You watched it in the American.
That's right. That was goofy, yeah.
I think that's about it.
But yeah, we got to do some more foreign directors.
Gods Must Be Crazy, Spirited Away, and
there's some are missing.
Even Dwarves all added together are only like 40 minutes longer than this. So
yeah, good triple feature.
I will say that no quotes from you and only 9 for me from a 4-hour film. Pretty good. I mean, this isn't like a memeable movie. Yeah, it's not. It's not one where I'm taking all these. Yeah, it's not me taking fucking Morbius quotes like "Leave me those spicy Cheetos" or shit like that.
No, it's beautiful.
But I do have there's some good ones and then there's some funny ones. This moment had some good comedy bits in it.
Not at all.
One is a bunch of the boys standing around Cat. And he's talking about his underwear or something. He's like, I got to change my underwear. And all of them just go, panty, flimsy, and fancy. If you get sweaty, use it as a hanky. And I was like, what?
that is goofy.
That's like right off the bat. One right off the bat, too, is in that film studio when they are trying to peep on her changing her dress.
Yeah.
The actress is throwing a fit. She's like, I can't wear this ugly colored dress. And the director's like, this movie's in black and white. What does it matter?
She's the 40-year-old playing the teenager.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. Really good wordplay in this next one. It was when they're at that like birthday party when the dad gets promoted. And one of the girls is like, oh my God, you look so nice to the mother. And she's like, look at that watch. It looks brand new. And she goes, well, I don't have many occasions to wear a watch that's this nice. And the other girl goes, oh, how time flies.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
I was like, ooh, I got to type that down. Oh, this one was so fucking stupid. This is when Ming has to move out of that fancy house because her mom got fired or whatever. And so she's in this new house, like doing dishes or something. And Tiger comes up to her and he's like, they say every time you move, you get a new boyfriend. Well, how about this time? Or, well, how about me this time? And she doesn't say anything back to him. He's like, you don't understand me? And she doesn't say anything. So he goes, well, do you understand this? And then just farts all over her.
That's funny, yeah.
Like, that's kids. They are kids.
Yeah, they're they're barely not middle schoolers.
She was pretty pissed about being farted all over.
That's good. They got her ass. So.
I don't know. I just liked this. It's Honey talking to Sir when it's one-on-one, and he said, "Do you read a lot of books?"
Mhm.
And he says a quote from one of the books, and he goes, "That's War and Peace. I've forgotten the name of all the other books I've read, but not that one."
That was interesting. It's also interesting. He set it up as like I've been reading a lot of like karate novels, like martial arts novels, which
and
makes
then
me think
War and Peace.
that makes me think like that was like a goofy adaptation of War and Peace that he read, but still got the same message and everything out of it.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. Yeah.
I just thought that was kind of beautiful in this teenage gang.
I mean,
love triangle.
What was the thing in The Outsiders? Didn't they give Johnny a book and he read that?
God, Stay Golden Pony Boy, and yeah, there is a book, or he writes
Isn't
a book.
it Gone with the Wind? Doesn't he like give it? He gives it to him because he's like a gallant Southern. Let me read.
Yeah, he does give him. God, what is it? I haven't seen it in so long.
I think it might be Gone with the Wind. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it is Gone with the Wind. Okay. This is when Shandong is about to kill Honey.
Yeah.
And Honey says, "Only two types of people scare me, Shandong. The type that are not afraid to die, and the type that have no shame."
Yeah.
And it was like them. It was like he was talking about himself, but also Shandong, and it was just playing up this tension. Yeah. I thought it was real good.
Well, the killer, he gets killed because he's like, I don't think you're the type that's not afraid to die. I think you're afraid to die. So it's like, he must be the other one then. And then when he kills him, he's like, yeah,
has no shame, and yeah, killed me. Yeah,
killed him when he was like having an honorable peace talk. I think that's telling.
When Ming and Sir have their little like in the doctor's office with the cowboy hat and all that, like their little cute moment. Sir goes, "It's Saturday again. You want to cut class?" And she goes, "No, we have all the time in the world."
That was cute. Yeah.
And they sure don't.
They sure don't. They thought they did.
Boy, was she wrong. This is the father screaming at the mother after she accused her boss of making him a scapegoat. And he goes, "You women, you know nothing about male friendships. What are you good for except suspicions?"
But that's sort of the ideals, the thoughts that his kid has too towards women. It's a destructive idea.
And I hate that this is my last one. I should have done a different one. I hope to die or something. But my last quote that I have here is from the nurse, and I kind of already said this. When the doctor had pulled Sir in, was like, "Hey, watch out with Ming and all that." The nurse comes in batshit out of nowhere, just stand up straight when the doctor is talking to you, you motherfucking bitch. And I was like, what?
A little hard, yeah. A little hard in the paint, lady.
Out of nowhere. You stand up straight when he's talking to you, you motherfucking bitch. I'm fine if you come in and just say stand up straight when he's talking, but do you really need... He hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
He's just slouching a little bit. But that's my quotes. All right, go ahead and do yours.
All right, it's the ratings.
Those nice, ratings times. I've got everything here. I've got all four.
Okay, they made it all.
They all did. What do you think Thermometer gave this?
Critics?
Yes.
93.
He's thinking.
93.
You're pretty close. It's 100%.
Is it really?
Rotten Tomatoes, 100%.
Wow, how many critics?
I don't know.
That's interesting. I won't Google it because then I'll know the other one, but then I about did
that. What about audience score?
This has got to be like, this is lower. Come on, man. It's got to be like a 71.
It's a 94.
Wow, good job, people.
I think part of it can be that if you are somebody that's going to sit down and watch a Taiwanese 4-hour film, you're got to be somebody that
like stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not going to be, something that you take your kids to the movie theater and watch with and be like, yeah, that wasn't my kind of thing. You know that it's going to be your thing or not going into it. And 94% did say it was their thing.
I want to see how many critics reviewed Brighter Summer Day if it's like 2.
On Rotten Tomatoes? No, I thought there was actually quite a bit. For some reason, the number 61 is standing out in my head, but that's a complete guess. Like, I have nothing to back that up at all.
You're just a numbers in your head.
Yeah.
I'll
tell you right now. I'll tell you right
24.
now.
Still pretty
24. And 1,000 plus for users.
Good job, users.
So a lot of people saw it and they enjoyed it. Well, what do you think about Rotten Tomatoes Metascore out of 100?
IMDb Metascore?
Yep, that's what I mean.
I got you.
Get me.
You said it'd be 69.
Hold me.
Get me and hold me.
Protect me.
I will, Brandon. Let's say
He got me.
let's say it's 8.1.
81.
8.0. 8.0.
80. It's a 91 from critics.
Good job, critics. Okay.
And audience score out of
80.
10. 8.0. This is your closest one. It's an 8.3.
Ooh, I win.
So you won today, 5-0. Critics gave it a 91 and an 100 for a 95.5. And audiences with a 83 and a 94 for an 89.5.
High praise.
88.5. What are you giving it? Your birthday episode.
I'm going to give it a 9.0, I think. Flat on the 9.0 scale. Impeccably made. I think it's pretty grand, epic. Whatever it is, whatever you think it is an achievement. I think this thing fucking looks amazing and it flies. I don't think it feels like 4 hours. It's long, but it feels more like 240 probably.
I was gonna say it feels like a long. It's like 3 hours, but for some of it, like, okay, we're moving. This is a moving movie.
There's a lot more that I was familiar with than I thought I would be.
There's a lot more that meets the eye.
Sorry, yeah.
9.0. I'm very close to you. I'm in 8.8.
Okay.
Okay. Long movie. I think something that's this long, I just don't personally think could probably be a 10 because there are moments where you're going to lose your attention in it a little bit. I do think that you could there could be some cuttable stuff where you could get it to maybe without completely derail the movie to like maybe 3.5. But then once you start getting it down to like those other versions of 3 and 2 hours, those are completely different films.
Exactly. I think part of the deal of this movie is you got to sit down and watch the whole damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
You start cutting a pair and it loses its essence.
You said a lot of good things. The lighting is great. Blocking is great. Cinematography is great. Some of the acting was really phenomenal. I do think that there's a little confusion in following the storyline and some of the characters, which makes you work a little more than you want to in a film. But all in all, good film. Not for the faint of heart. Or
this is for
not
your
long movie
fans
fans
here.
Or people that are like, I don't want to read subtitles. I'm talking about you, Mom. I told you about this.
I don't think your mom would like this very much.
No.
I mean, I think she would like it if she dug into it, but I think that's not necessarily what she likes.
Do you think Shelley would like this?
I do. She likes some foreign shit.
Do we think Cecilia would like this?
The mission math teacher?
No, Seth's mom.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know her sensibilities.
I don't know either. Do we think Seth would have liked this?
I don't know. He's been in an interesting mood lately. He might have hated it.
He might have. But he might have been like, wow, that was like really good and way better than I was expecting. 8.4.
I think he would have treated it fairly.
I think Devon would have hated it.
Yeah. He hates Taiwanese people too.
That's classic Devon. Yeah.
It's a tough angle for him.
He hates Taiwanese people and he loves slapping women on the mouth when they
and this movie kind of demonizes that. Yeah.
So 8.9 average for me and you.
pretty close. The Close brothers are holding hands again.
The Close brothers are holding, we're singing Kumbaya.
We're close enough to, yeah.
We should have been wearing fucking blankets. We could have been the blanket boys again.
In our hearts. I have a blanket.
I don't. I'll cover up with this paper towel.
Paper towel boys.
Paper towel pals.
Paper towel pals.
It's so stupid. Reviewers. I've got 3 critics and I only did 6 instead of 7 users because I felt like it was going to be long. You ready?
Ready.
First one is by A.O. Scott at the New York Times.
We've done this guy before. Pretty notable.
We have. And he said, in every aspect of technique, from the smoky colors and the bustling off-center compositions to the architecture of the story and the emotional precision of the performances, this film is a work of absolute mastery.
Yeah, I think I would agree with all that. Good job, AO. I think it's hard to watch this movie and not come away with the level of technical craft.
Correct. A.O. Scott is A-OK.
A-OK with us. The Close Pals.
Paper
towel pals.
The Paper Towel Pals. Next one is by director Ari Aster.
Oh, no way.
Hereditary.
Yeah, Midsommar.
I
Was Afraid.
Didn't he do The Northman? Didn't they do?
I think that was Robert Eggers. So I truly.
No, that's right.
I truly always get those two mixed up.
Which one did The Witch?
Robert Eggers, and he also did The Lighthouse, and he's doing Nosferatu. But they're both A24 horror director nerds with beards. Yes. The same guy, pretty much, yeah.
And then there's the non A24 horror director Jordan Peele.
Yeah, sometimes bearded.
Also doing great stuff, though.
To be sure.
I need to watch Nope still, though. I haven't seen Nope.
Neither have I. I haven't seen Us. I've only seen Get Out.
Oh, Us is good, too. I'm not a horror fan. I've said that. I watched Us by myself at night, like in my apartment.
Just because you're a Jordan Peele guy.
I know. Well, and Get Out isn't like that scary. I was fine watching that. Usually, like the thriller suspense, I'm good with. But like the first half of Us, I was shitting my pants. But then the second half, I was like, this shit rocks.
Yeah, interesting.
So I'll have to watch Nope. But Ari Aster says, A Brighter Summer Day is just an amazing gangland epic. I don't know how you watch it without becoming convinced that you're watching the greatest movie ever made. It's like The Godfather in that way.
Wow, high praise. I could see just the epicness on display for sure.
Epic in every sense. And my last one was by, I didn't find where this person was from, but David Bordwell, you know that name? They said, the breadth of action is extraordinary, and a sense of the contradictory pulls of daily life emerges steadily. The result is a dispassionate look at teenage passions, a deromanticized treatment of young people growing up in a repressive milieu. This is one of the 10 best films of the 1990s.
Wow. Again, they're throwing roses at his feet, Brandon.
And milieu.
Milieu. It's a good word.
Milieu. 10 best films of the 90s. What's in there?
For that guy's list?
No, just what do we think? Oh, we did make a little thing. Hold up. I have it on my phone.
I have a Letterboxd top 10 of the 90s, although I don't think I've updated it of late.
Let's see, because you and I did like best of decades all the way back to, I think, the 80s. So let's see what we put as the 90s and see if we agree or if we're wiser now.
Yes. Best of the 90s. You ready?
Yep.
I have Pulp Fiction at number 1. Do you have that?
Okay. That was our number 2.
Thin Red Line, number 2.
That was not in there, but it was in the running.
Matrix, number 3.
Not in there at all, but it deserves to be in there.
Barely a 90s movie. I think it came out in winter or fall of 99, but
99,
it still counts.
Yeah.
4 is Reservoir Dogs.
We didn't even have that on our list.
5 is Fargo.
Didn't even have it on our... Oh, no, we did have it on the list. Did not make the top 5.
6 is Boogie Nights.
Okay.
7 is Dazed and Confused.
Okay.
8 is The Piano.
Okay.
9 is Beau Travail, which is
Okay.
probably higher. And 10 is Before Sunrise.
Nice. Here was when you and I did this, we made our list of 1990s. We had Goodfellas, The Silence of the Lambs, Schindler's List, Forrest Gump, this is in no order. Shawshank Redemption, Pulp Fiction, Fargo, Titanic, Saving Private Ryan, Toy Story, The Lion King, American Beauty, Good Will Hunting, and A Few Good Men. We missed a lot. And also, I don't think some of these...
I mean, some of those could still fit. Like, I love a Good Will Hunting, too. All of the ones I listed are 5-star movies, and I just got a couple more in the 90s as well. Strong decade, the 90s.
What we put in ours was 1 Shawshank, 2 Pulp Fiction, 3 Schindler's List, 4 Forrest Gump, and 5 Good Will Hunting.
It's a pretty good list. Pretty solid American cinema.
And our 2000s, 1 There Will Be Blood, 2 The Dark Knight, 3 No Country for Old Men, 4 The Departed, 5 Slumdog Millionaire.
Missing Birth, to be fair.
You hadn't seen Birth at this time. This was like 2019, 2020.
I have to have that number 1, maybe, yeah.
Of the 2000s. Above any of the...
It would necessitate rewatches of all those, but it might be.
My number 1 of the 2000s is Little Miss Sunshine.
Yes, it is a very branded movie. You love that.
Beautiful. Yeah. Okay, and user reviews. We'll finish it off. First one, I don't think I have any returners.
They don't dabble in this. Interesting.
Yeah. First one is by Riley Carr 33645. I didn't put a date on this one apparently, but they said I love this movie. The first time I watched it, I remember being truly speechless at the ending and needing to immediately rewatch it with the added insight of where the story is going.
Damn, 8 hours.
This movie is I know, but I think you could get so much on a second watch.
Yeah, it's hard.
This movie is perfect, and you truly come to feel for these characters and what happens to them, with everything culminating in a truly harrowing finale. 10 out of 10.
Fair, all fair.
Very fair. Next is by Moss Grimk.
Oh.
August 6th, today, August 6th, 2022.
Wow.
Last year, they said, after about 60 minutes and a question formed in my head. Why should I spend 4 hours watching the kind of disaffected youth movie that Rebel or Boys or Dazed and Confused did much better in 2 hours or less? Consequently, I pulled the plug. C+, 6 out of 10.
I could see. There's definitely differences. I think it's probably better made than those, but it is a disaffected youth movie for sure.
Crazy to give 6 out of 10 when you only watched a quarter of the film too.
Yeah.
They liked what they saw in that first hour.
Pretty fair rating, yeah.
I know. Next is by Alan Sabijakovic.
Polish, maybe.
So maybe Serbian.
Maybe.
Didn't put a date on this one, apparently. Oh, Alan Sabijakovic 39044. They said art house movies are so underrated on IMDb, and I don't know why. I guess this site is for popular movies only, and the top 250 is ridiculous. Letterboxd is a much better site for better movie lovers. 4 hours flew by, and this is epic movie. It is pretty good, but it ain't Raise the Red Lantern. 9 out of 10.
Well, I'll put that on my watch list then.
Another wave of kids.
This is a Letterboxd guy.
They're a good group of people.
You love a good Letterboxd guy.
That's me.
Next, by reasonably a nice person on January 20th, 2020, they said, I went to see this film because of the director, Edward Yang. His Yi Yi, which I saw over 20 years ago, blew me away to such an extent that I immediately added it to my top 10 movies of all time list, possibly even top 5, and then rushed to buy the DVD. In my not so humble opinion, A Brighter Summer Day is not in the same category as Yi Yi. Not even close. It may be of particular interest to Taiwanese and Chinese viewers, but I found it to be tedious, needlessly sprawling, and in serious need of editing. I also feel justified in saying that if a filmmaker expects an audience to sit through a 4-hour movie, he or she should darn well do something to hook the audience's interest and attention fairly early on. When that didn't happen after 2 hours, I left the theater. 1 out of 10.
Oh, wow. Pretty harsh for a 1 out of 10.
I know.
I mean, he did spend a whole movie's time and got halfway through it too. So I kind of get it, but yeah.
I'm also kind of shocked that they weren't got in the first 2 hours, because I think like if you don't get the first hour, by like an hour and 20, things start to kind of pick up and you're like, oh, I see where things like Marina would come down to the basement and I was like, you got to hold up. Honey and Shandong are at the concert hall right now. Something's about to go down.
For sure. Yeah.
I was like, Ma and Jade shared a look. She's like, are they going to fuck? I was like, I think so.
And every time Cat's on screen, you smile. So
electric. And that was on January 20th, 2020. That might have been the last movie they saw before the world went into lockdown in theaters.
Maybe, yeah. That's crazy.
Next is by Elliot43. On July 22nd, 2022, they said, I could not take my eyes off of this film. For the entire duration of its 4-hour running time, I remained fully engaged. I will not explain why, because I run the risk of my words failing to accurately capture the visceral attraction of the story and its telling, the sweetness, the humor, the unmitigated violence, and the tension and its harrowing and haunting ending, which is a sobering reminder of our own humanity. I have rated 644 films on IMDb. Only 11 I have rated a 10. This beguiling film is a well-deserved 10 out of 10.
Good words, beguiling. Not a lot of movies rated, I guess.
644 is good. How many is your letterbox set now?
I think to double that, I think around 1,200.
Nice.
Putting work in.
I still want to do a letterbox and get things going. Maybe when I've got all this time off on paternal leave, I'll just start putting things in.
Yeah, while you watch a movie.
Because I have like a lot of it already done on IMDb. I've made lists and ratings and stuff there. But
sure. I have a buddy who's an Excel guy for that too.
Oh.
Pulled.
Nice. Yeah. Friend of the podcast.
Shout out.
And my last review today, ending it, is by Gang Xiaoxin Yu. May 26, 2022.
Ooh.
They say
not in the last year.
Nope, just barely.
Or last couple of years. A lot of people watch this.
Boys are always young. Girls mature too early. But they all think of forever young. Eye rolling emoji. Boys always think I have to be blah, blah, blah. Girls think no. That's not what life is all about. 8 out of 10.
So that Avril Lavigne song? Yeah.
I don't even know what they're saying in here, but okay. And so that is going to end it for your birthday episode. Happy birthday. Are you recommending this film?
Tougher question than you would think, given a 9 and an 8.8. I'll say yeah. I think you can split it up over the week with your family.
Yeah, and
treat it like a mini series almost. It's like that before it was probably available in Taiwan at the time. I think it's epic and beautiful. I'll say yeah.
4 1-hour installations.
Yeah, you could do it.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out if I'm going to recommend this too. Like you said, I give it an 8.8, but this is not a.
Not for every man.
This is not for most men. This is for me and you.
Yeah.
And men that like to slap a bitch. I think I have to recommend it. It's great art house cinema, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't like long films or if you don't like foreign language films, you're not going to enjoy it at all. It's
a tough intersection.
It's simply put.
Well, so, I like this, on the other hand, yeah.
Yeah. And so that's going to end it this week. Lukas, thanks for showing me this film.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Brandon.
You're always on.
I appreciate it.
Next week, we have a film that I was planning on doing like by the 6th episode of this podcast, and it's just been pushed off. It's called Tammy and the T-Rex.
No.
Like an 80s film where like
sounds B movie.
Paul. It's got like a good cast. Paul Walker is killed, but then they put his brain in the body of a T-Rex, and then his girlfriend wants to fall in love with him again as the T-Rex, but then he starts killing pedestrian. I don't know. It's gonna be wild.
That is gonna be wild. I'm not a huge Paul Walker guy, but we'll see.
Except on the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we might have a guest, Seth's
That'll
other
be hype.
sister, Regan.
Not Reagan.
Not Reagan. Ronald Regan is going to be joining us next week.
Wow.
So you hope you enjoy that royalty. He's going to come back from the grave.
For our podcast.
And that's going to end it. Any sign-offs? What are you doing for your birthday?
Gadoosh.
Oh, Gadoosh. Yeah, that's good.
Gadoosh. Yeah. I'm going to Gadoosh on my birthday.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh.
221.